We are new board members, and before that, the problem was that the board was not really functioning too well because of COVID and everything else. They had problems. So I want to share with you that before that there were many problems that we had. Really? Well, no. So now we have a functioning board. We are keeping Ahmad very busy. He doesn't sleep at night, huh? Too busy. Okay. And we are also trying to keep him very busy. But we will wait for him to come back after his medical leave. Inshallah, we are hopeful that soon, inshallah, his medical leave ends after, I think, Ramadan or Eid, and he will be back, inshallah. We want him here. You will have heard that we have also a third Imam, because Ramadan, the requirements of the number of Taraweeh and basically all the prayers, etc., are going to be huge. And you may have also heard that we have had for Friday prayers here for the first time yesterday. Friday. And I have to tell you, and when we did it, we had planned, there was going to be Ahmed, there was going to be me, and one other person or two other people. Kamal, where are you? Where's Kamal? There you are. Okay, I don't see anybody here, apologies. And we thought this is all that is going to be. And I have to tell you, it was incredible. We sat here, the new Imam who was joining, and who is not here right now, he will be coming on Wednesday, will join the group of 3 Imams. So now you will not have 1 Imam, you will not have 2 Imams, you will have 3 Imams who will be able to assist, and we will also send more from Dublin, inshallah. Is that something you're happy with? To have more people so that we can have the prayers? Yes.
No. So, why do we need 3 Imams? Sorry.
Okay, well, let me finish. So the idea will be that basically they will be coming, and so I was surprised because when the prayers were being conducted, I expected only 3-4 of us. And for those, I don't know if they're here, but the people who then started coming, we did not announce it. And we had, I think, about 20 people or so who came. It was I don't know, I call it a miracle, but I don't know how it happened. So we have started. We know there is also a prayer that is done, of course, on Friday elsewhere. We are completely supportive of that, no problem. It's perfectly okay. We will coordinate with them, inshallah. We will absolutely no problem. The more you have in a community, the more Friday prayers in many places, it gives the options to the community to go to places which are easier for them to go. Some of the people who came on Friday said they couldn't park the cars, they had difficulty with traffic. Right? Exactly. So, inshallah, we will make sure that there are more facilities for you. I've heard from some people also that they want to also open up a third mosque, or second mosque, sorry. I've heard, I think that we welcome that. I think that will be barakah for people to have a third mosque as well. So inshallah ta'ala, we will have maybe even 3 Friday prayers within the city of Portlaoise because it will relieve the traffic and the amount. So that's what's going to happen. I will speak about a little more about the facilities here. We've talked to some people in the community and we've seen some of the rooms. The rooms are currently locked. And I believe that basically we need space during the Ramadan period, yes, mostly. Because what I've heard, I have not seen, is that it's very cramped inside the mosque, yes? It's too many people. So we want to expand that space. We're thinking of what to do. Inshallah, what we will do is expand that by having more of the rooms open for you, so you have the facilities. I think another problem is the bathrooms and the place for wudu. This is an issue. And we want to increase that by opening up those as well. So we open up to the community. That's one of the things we want to do. So now I've heard some things from the back. I hope that this is going to be a peaceful thing, but please ask any questions. No, I promise I will do it. I mean, let's hear the community first, inshallah. Yes, Dr. Tariq, I think it is. And then of course you, then please. Mike, is it okay?
It's okay, I can talk.
Sorry. In fact, I will not use it.
No.
Okay, I will repeat the question. I'll repeat it for the ladies.
First of all, I want to request everyone to remember our brother Hussein son died yesterday. Please remember him in your dua. So after that, I just want to say Assalamu alaikum to everyone. And I want to say, first of all, I want to appreciate, value and acknowledge the Board of Trustee of Rahman who started this masjid and where we are at this point in time. I want to thank you to Sheikh Ahmed. I want to value and acknowledge all the services of Sheikh Ahmed which he has done for our community. I'm here in Portlaoise for last 22 years, so I've seen Portlaoise how it evolved over a period of time. And Sheikh Ahmed was our Imam, Sheikh Ahmed is our Imam, and Sheikh Ahmed inshallah will be our Imam. And then we should not forget that we need to acknowledge all the services, all the values, and we appreciate all cooperation from ICCI as well, because they are almost roughly around, please, CEO is here, so you can just correct me the figure. So how much you are giving to the Portlaoise community here for this masjid to look after, to salaries and other bills and other stuff, which I don't know, but you can share those. But I will please share that later. Now, in December, we have this meeting. Our community was in that meeting, and in that meeting, few brothers, they said that we want to have this masjid back from ICCI, and few brothers, they said that we need. They asked that why we need to have it, and then the people who were mediating that meeting, they said that we are going to get fixed khutbah from Al Maktoum or from ICCI. And if there is any need for the community, we may not get permission to address that thing. That was, and I said that I'm going to ask this from the people of ICCI, and I need to know what is the reason why they don't allow our Sheikh, our Imam, not to address the need of the community, and if Sheikh want to say anything, why they will not allow. Second is our Muslim brother and sister, those who are suffering, and we were told that we will be not allowed to, we will be not permitted to, whatever we want to, we are not allowed to talk about, we don't allow to talk about those Muslims who are suffering all over the world. And then the financial commitment from ICCI. So that's another thing, I don't know if it will be fulfilled or not fulfilled, because I have seen Portlaoise when it was not with ICCI. We know that where we are, and Alhamdulillah now with ICCI we are getting lots of funds, and we have two Imam, mashallah, we have other people as well. So I would like that ICCI to answer this question, and also I would like that, I want to know what is the future of Portlaoise Masjid. We want to have Islamic center here, and we inshallah give us more help and support. Our community is very generous. Inshallah, we will also donate, we will also contribute, and we want to just know all these from you. We love Sheikh Ahmed, he is our Imam. We love him, and we want him to be our Imam.
I'm going to do one thing. We're going to take the last question. Well, no, the last question is about the center of work. The question about financials, I will ask Ahmed to explain how much money is being spent in the budget per year for coordination.
This is a very quick one. Every year, the budget for coordination is around between 160 to 170,000. That includes 160. Last year, 162 to be more specific, 162,000 euros was what was spent on that. That's every year. That fluctuates slightly. That's every year since we took over running the place. That includes the salaries, the bills, all other expenses, improvements, CCTVs, new carpets, and the rest of it. If we hear that the carpet has been donated, it's been purchased, it's not donated. However, ICCI never bothered, and that's a mistake from our part, to come and tell the community in Portlaoise, listen guys, we are new owners of this place, we are funding this place, we are allocating annual budget to this place, and we are the employers of the people who are working in this place. That was never communicated to the community here, and that is something that although it didn't happen in my life.
He is the CEO, he's right. To be perfectly fair, also, as I told you, the board did not know until 2024, right? So we are now, basically the new board that's come in, we're going to take responsibility for this. So the money that he's talking about, the budget, will inshallah remain the same. We are hoping. We're hoping maybe it will increase, because we also are interested to know what are the plans of the community with respect to fundraising for the community. Not for us, not for anybody, but for the community. because I think there are many things that can be done with that kind of collection. We'll talk about that. But you had a few questions. Okay. The questions, if I can answer this question, if you don't mind, thank you so much. And then we'll come to you. Absolutely. Thank you. So the first thing I want to deal with is the issue regarding whether or not we're going to have a center. I'm going backwards. Is that okay? So I've heard, we've had meetings, of course, with many people. I'm happy to announce that the purpose of us coming here, especially, was because some community members reached out and said to us, they said that this mosque, alhamdulillah, this mosque is, mashallah, it's a good mosque, but it is small. We need more space. In Ramadan, people are literally sitting on each other. It's not fair to the community. We have to show the children how this is done. This is not the way to show. So we have said, okay, no problem. There is equity in this property. There's donation collection, etc. There's a proposal, a draft proposal we're going to be looking at hopefully from somewhere. We would like the community to talk amongst yourselves. We don't want to interfere in that. And for the community, not one group, not two groups. This is very important. I must explain. Not one group, not two groups. The trustees of the Rahman Foundation, we all respect. Why? Because they started this. They took the first step. We should never forget that. It's very important. But we want to expand the responsibility. They are the founders, they are the elders, they are fine, but we also want other people to contribute. So we want you to all think about how we can actually expand and get a center here. So I would like to announce that the ICCI is absolutely happy to receive proposals, look at the funding, and inshallah, Portlaoise will have an Islamic center. So please, we're looking forward to you working together. No, I'm coming to it. I'm going backwards. The next question is basically about Gaza. I'll be very clear. He's been very polite. He said, about the word, etc. I know that there is thinking in the community that somehow something has been said which has been said to someone that you cannot speak about Palestine or Gaza. No such thing has been said to anybody, but I have to be very honest with you. I'm not the foreign minister of UAE. I'm not the foreign minister of Ireland. It is not my business to get into politics. Nobody sitting here should be involved. Of course, the Rahman Foundation, we don't say anything about you. But anyone from the ICCI, we remain politically absolutely neutral. Because we don't want any kind of conflict. Now, I come from where? Where do I come from? I told you. Anybody remember? Pakistan. We have our own problem. Anybody know where our problem is? I will not say it because I shouldn't say it. So I will not say exactly, right? But I don't want to talk about it because this is not my purpose here. As a Pakistani, as an individual, we can sit together and talk about it. But my purpose here as a director and whatever the staff of ICCI, including the Imams, is to create a house of love and unity where people come so their hearts are softened. Not hardened, softened. So we don't want any kind of challenges, that's number one. So nobody has said no, nobody should say anything. But we also have a very clear idea that we will not indulge in politics in our mosque, etc. Because I don't know if you're aware, the Imam Foundation and the foundation that runs this is not just in Ireland. It is in many countries. And so we have to take responsibility and oversight and governance. And we are liable personally. I don't know how many of you are lawyers. Do you know the directorship liability means personal liability? So if they're trustees, they're personally liable in their own foundation. I am personally liable in this ICCI. Right? Now the only person who doesn't have to be personally liable, the two people are to my right, the CEO. He doesn't get personal liability, I get personal liability. And the Imams are free, they don't get personal liability. But at the end of the day, if something happens, the two of us and the rest of the board members are going to be personally liable under the law. So what we want to do is we want to focus, when we especially are working in other countries, that we want this to be a place which has no conflict. I'll come to that. And therefore, as part of that whole process, there was a problem also in the way, this is where I want my brother Muhammad, His Excellency, to speak about about what is the governance process, because he heads the organization, he heads the department that does this, about the khutbah. I want to first clarify one thing and then we'll talk about this. We don't provide khutbah. Is that clear? We don't provide any khutbah. The speech is not provided by us. A topic is provided with a document of research. So when this other Imam, Mr. Hassan, was here, he looked at it. I know that Mr. Hijazi has looked at it also in Dublin. They were very happy to see the things that were inside it. We were sat with them. And it is not a dictation that you will speak and read it out. There's no such requirement. And we have explained it earlier. So I know that there's this, somehow the story is going around that there is a paper that comes and it must be read out. No, that's not the case. So we want to clarify that. We want to stick to the topic, and we don't want somebody to go and I want you to go. Because here we think you're okay. But in Dublin that may be a problem. In the Netherlands we have a mosque, in other places we have a mosque. We want to make sure that there is stability and peace. And so that the main message of love in Islam, what is Islam, is given out. So that's what we're not here to try and dictate to anybody, but the topics. And those who are alim, when they look at it, I know that, but the most senior person, and this is with no disrespect to Sheikh Hamad, he's a young Sheikh and we respect him, but the most senior alim is sitting right in front of me in this room. Nobody is more respected and more experienced and more skilled than the gentleman sitting in front of me, Brother Ali. He has done a PhD from Al-Azhar. He has been leading prayers also in Dublin. I'll give him, he's seen also this himself. But I am not an expert, sorry, so I cannot say too much about it. His views, etc., maybe you can talk to him about it. So, I want to now summarize the answer. One, financial commitment, 160 to 170,000 a year. We have just spoken about the ICCI center. Okay, 2 questions answered. And there's more to be said. There is no prohibition on using the word Gaza, etc., but we don't want anything mentioned. Because then if you mention Palestine, then you have to mention Kashmir, then you have to mention other places, another places. Please, we would request, don't create problems for us. Okay? Talk about all Muslims who are oppressed, who are facing trouble and difficulty, against whom things that are happening are not. But you pray for all of them. You pray for Islam, you pray for all the Muslims of all the world. That's what we do. And finally, the last question about the khutbah, I have explained. There's no dictation about reading something out. That's not the expectation. But the topic, yes. The topic is important. We want the topic to be the one that is used all over, not just in one. Now, one other thing. Every community has its own requirements. Maybe the children are coming in a Friday khutbah and there is something related to the community that needs to be talked about. Not politics, but community. We have said very clearly, just send us a voice note a week in advance and tell us what you want to talk about. Wallah, no problem. But because we need to know. The biggest problem with Portlaoise Mosque has been that we have no idea what is happening. So we need to keep an eye on it because finally we are responsible. Finally, both of his directors are going to be liable. So that's one of the reasons. Also fiscally, financially, if something happens, it will not be Brother Nabil, it will not be Brother Sohail, it will not be Brother Hussam, it will be me, it will be Muhammad. We are liable as directors and owners of the property. Because it's our license, or the CRA license, the Charitable Authority license. That means we are liable. If Gaza has to come, they'll come up to me and him. So I think you understand that issue, I hope. But I want Brother Muhammad to actually expand on the khutbah and also the other issue.
Thank you, Brother Zahid. I will not add more to my Brother Zahid, what he has mentioned, especially about khutbah. But it was clear enough that khutbah is about a message, delivering a message to the community. It's different than the lectures. And this is not only a applied here. It's not about Portlaoise, it's not about Ireland, it's not about Dublin only. The unified khutbah is in all over UAE. Wait. The unified khutbah in all over Saudi Arabia. The unified khutbah in most of the Muslim countries. It's not only a dictatorship that my brother Zahid mentioned, it's only about Kurdish mosque or a certain area. In addition to this, whichever topic that was not suited for Ireland or Portlaoise, we have just mentioned this to the Imam when we explained to him about the guidelines about the khutbah. Just let us know what are the suitable topics for the khutbah, and we will address it to you. We will agree on that. Doesn't have any problem about that.
Brother, you have raised your hand. Please, give me next. Please go ahead. Thank you. And my apologies to the ladies who are upstairs, our sisters. I know there is no mic. I will try to repeat the question, or at least in the answer you will know what the question was. Please, brother.
My name is Abdul Preside. Thank you very much for having spoken about how this masjid was acquired. However, you have spoken on a high level because some of us are new in Portuguese. We don't have the full story of how this masjid was acquired. We came in here and met Sheikh Ahmed leading and the Sheikh no. So what I want to say here is this. The reason I want to see everybody here, like you have said, is for unity. We want to foster unity among Muslim brothers and sisters. Yes. I'll be honest with you that there are stories going around that is trying to divide this community.
Yes.
And if we want to cure this story, we have to lay it bare. We have to tell ourselves the truth.
Yes.
And what am I trying to say here? Whatever you have said here, I've only heard from your side. I would also want to hear, or I would want Sheikh Halawa to corroborate everything you have said, because they said, he who plays the piper, they play the tune. If it is true that ICC is in charge of everything here, then this matter will be settled. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you. I appreciate the question. If you would like to know proof of it, I don't think I have to say anything. I think you can go look at the land registry, and so he'll be sitting over there. He knows. He knows. He's sitting over here. You can ask Brother Hussain. He knows. So I don't think there's any issue here. Because if the ownership is not with you and it's not with us, then who is it with? Well, there's a hand up, please. Yes, please.
Assalamu alaikum. With all due respect, I'm not here to fight with anyone. I just want to understand just a couple of things.
Please let him speak. Let him speak.
So I just want to understand a couple of things.
If you could face us and
yeah, sure. So I just want to understand a couple of things.
Please.
So the way you've explained very well, thanks very much for that there is an employment contract which exists between your good self and the existing members, as in Imam and the others. So in our head, at least in my head, anything to do with that arrangement is a matter between two parties and not me. So why am I being dragged into it?
I agree.
By different WhatsApp groups, why am I being mobilized, and why has a certain message been communicated? I mean, why, like as a community, why am I being dragged into it? Secondly, governance, as you rightly pointed out, I think it's a matter of life and non-life in the longer run for any organization, including a mosque. So that governance structure again is between your good self and the existing trustees. Why am I being dragged into that? It appears that there has been a recruitment campaign going on. Why has that been happening? Thank you.
Thank you for the question. We are not going to address any employment issues here. Thank you for that, because it's none of your business. And under Irish law, it is none of your business, right? We have to respect the law. If there are any problems that any of the employees of the ICCI have with anything to do with the management of the ICCI, they have a venue, they have a process, they have a legal mechanism by which they can address it. So far, we have received nothing. And I don't want to get into any communication with any employee. Do you know why? How many lawyers are in the room? How many lawyers?
I have 3 or 4.
You have some legal people?
Yeah.
You understand what is privileged?
Yes.
Right? You understand that employees have rights. So for instance, of course, we cannot ask somebody to come when they don't speak. They shouldn't be talking. It is not my business here. It's not like I'm the board, I'm not the management person, management is right here. To actually speak about any particular employee issue, if anybody has it, they will raise it, it will be handled legally and it will be done in that way. I completely agree with you, there is no business of anybody else getting involved. And I can promise you, we will not let anybody else get involved. Because it prejudices them. So if anybody is, let me make this clear, if anybody is recruiting you, if anybody is trying to politicize it, if anybody is telling you anything is happening between the employee and employee, please let that be an issue between the employer and employee. I'm surprised because so far, have you received anything? As a grievance, anything? Not at all. Brother. And then we have one more over here, sir. Is that okay? Yes, please.
My name is Abdul Mubarak, Khabir, one of the community members for the last 20 years, like 5. First of all,
and we are very, very happy that you participate.
Thank you very much. First of all, I'd like to welcome Your Excellency Brother Muhammad Rahi and Brother Sahib Jamil. It's a very good name. MashaAllah, I said to you that. From your name, we know that our problem will be solved. We have no problem.
Inshallah.
By seeing you things like that, the problem is solved, brother. Everybody for this. The problem is solved. We don't have problem with the committee, with our trustee. We don't have problem with the ICCI. Just we need tranquility, peace for the community. Everything will be, you are welcome all the time. From now, I think your trustee should make a house for Brother Zahid Jamil and for Brother Muhammad Rahim for peace. Because they are going to be responsible for this community. First of all, I would like to emphasize, Sheikh Ahmed is here, don't go anywhere. And I will ask you in front of you, I ask him in front of the CEO to end up his leave, but he is to go on season. He's on sick leave, brothers, okay? Till the 1st of April. Sheikh Ahmed, politely, would you like to end up your leave today? If it's possible for the Ramadan, or you have to stay in talk.
When my turn comes, I will talk, inshallah.
Please, we will ask you in front of your leaders if it's possible to end up the leave and the people will not enjoy the Ramadan. Because, Brother Ahmed, nobody is staying for next Ramadan. You have to know that. It may be your last Ramadan. Why? You can go away. Go by the Ramadan. So, brothers, I would like to check in front of everybody. Anything happens, anything happens for you, okay? Blindly, anything happens. If you got anything from us here, from any of the community, please accept our apology. Okay? Please try to raise everything happened in the last message. I would like you to shut down the WhatsApp group, make it clear for the heart and feeling. Brother, Alhamdulillah, I know everyone's sitting here. Brother Ali, Brother Kamal, you're welcome. Very welcome, be important. And the most important thing, everything happened in this masjid. Inshallah, it will be blessed by the presence of the brothers. Try to be beautiful, try to be genuine, all of you. And I would like to tell you, Brother Naim is here. He was trying to do things people don't understand. There is no division. He was not trying to divide the community. So please, Brother Naim is still our brother in the same position. We will support him in any way. What you are doing, you are trying to fill in the gaps for the people don't understand. Because if Allah open for you the ghaib, the not foreseen, nobody will be surprised. But because you don't know the ghaib, you don't know what's inside the heart, that's why sometimes you feel annoyed. Sometimes you feel against your brother. A lot of people, Brother Jamil, they will think you are a very bad person, but now you are a very good person.
I'm a very bad person.
So please keep good as far as you can. Don't show that face. So please, brothers, I want to mention one thing. So everyone is happy now? You're coming, you're thinking that you have to be fired out. No. Anybody want to call Sheikh Ahmed, I will call him first. Myself. You know, they are coming here to fix him in this place, but in the right route. Brother, any place has rules and regulations. You are a consultant, yes? Dr. Nabil, you are a consultant. If I shouted you or insulted you in front of your nurses, will you be happy? Will not be happy. So please, we would like to create atmosphere of respect. This brother, for anybody know, maybe Brother Muhammad Zahi doesn't know. Brother Suhail, Brother Nabil, Brother Hussam, our elders. They have, after Allah, created this for us. We used to play in the hospital.
Yes.
We used to play human in the hospital, okay, in a room. And when we do 5 times salah, we pray in our on 4 rooms. You have to have your own praying mat room, and you do salah in the hospital room. Now look what is going on, alhamdulillah. So we would like to thank Allah first and thank them, and thank you also. Because even handing, some people are saying they made a mistake by handing over the issue. No, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows. They have been paying and I would like to mention a very important point for you to know, so you have to find an excuse for them about the point you raised. They haven't bought this by mortgage. This masjid, there was a pledge, there was a promise from Brother Mirza, the CEO of Al Maktoum, to pay €1 million to secure this place before these 3 brothers go and secure the money. When the €1 million didn't come, okay, this brother has to get the money from their houses, from their pockets. They paid down payment €200,000 cash. Is that right, Brother Suhail? Yes. So you have to understand the story. So there was a promise from the Maktoum Foundation to buy this place parish when it's been announced in 2007, 2008. The price of this place was 850,000, yes?
1.5 million. But
1.5, but they reduced it to 850.
Got a registered charity, brought it down to 875.
875. Look at this. When it was 875, Brother Mirza Jazawullah Khair from the Maktoum, after negotiation with Sheikh Hussein Halawa, he promised to pay
We
this money.
should thank them.
After they paid the 200,000 deposit, they start paying the mortgage every year. So it was not their choice to pay the mortgage. Remember this, the niyat is to buy the place in cash. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows the intention, this is why this place is running till now. So brothers, alhamdulillah, after this brother kept paying the mortgage for 7 or 8 years, alhamdulillah, Brother Mirza and Brother Sheikh Ruhal Gaddu, when he was CEO for you, they came and said, we will, after negotiation with this brother, they decided to take the place over. Is that clear for you now? So the place was supposed to be from their first, owned by Brother Jahid Jamil and Brother Muhammad Zahi. It was their place. Because the pledge and the promise was to buy it cash in 2008. Is that clear for you, brothers and sisters? So now, the place is owned now, alhamdulillah, it went back through orders. We are very happy that it's under your son. And we would be very supportive to you. Just last point I want to mention, inshallah, Portlaoise community is part of your agreement. But if we have anything to do as a community, we would like to make it clear that the community is separate from the ICC. Clear that for you? If you want any social activity done in the community through the masjid, we should take our permission and to do it through them. But if you, as Portlaoise community, want to do any activity outside, and it is a social gathering, whatever you want to do for your community, it can be done with your own power. Is that clear, brother? So, I hope that everybody is clear. If you as Portlaoise community decided to do something through the masjid, we should consult Brother Zahi, Brother Muhammad Zahi, and Brother Jamil. But if Portlaoise community want to do something separate, not let them, Brother Tariq, Brother Naeem, Brother Suhail, Brother Hussam, Brother, you have to lead this for us. Everybody happy? Yes. So inshallah, I'm not going to add any more. Finally, you are welcome. Thank you. We would like to appreciate the effort you have been doing. Wallahi, you are very good people. In front of everybody, we don't have any bad intention, and we know. Please put your relations and we see if the regulation you are putting is not compatible with that, we will discuss with you. I will tell you no, we're not about it, because it is قال تعالى وأمرهم شورى بينهم. I hope I emphasized everything, and جزاكم الله خير.
Just one quick, I know the ladies in the back. Can you close that window? It's getting really cold in here, I think. If somebody can just pull the bullet closer, that would be helpful. We had one person here, I think gentleman here, you raised your hand. Yes.
And it's regarding the employer and employee. So I just wanted to know if the Imam is part of the employee or not. That was my question. I just wanted to know if the Imam is part of your employee or not. Yeah. If he's part of your employee, yes, you cannot discuss. Or if he's not part of your employee, I think we should discuss whatever has to do with him and also give him an open floor to say something. I came into this community, I met him as the chief imam, and I'm very pleased with his affairs, the way he controls the things, conduct the things, organize extracurricular activities for the kids and all that. I'm very pleased with because of that, and from my own point of view, my opinion, I think whatever it is we're discussing here as the chief imam of the mosque, it's more or less centered around him. As I said, I'm new. I came in here most of the time when I'm in the mosque, he leads the prayer, he stood up and read about whatever activity that is going on in the community. So I see him as the number one person in the mosque. That's why I always ask.
Thank you so much. We don't have a position of a chief imam anywhere. If there's somebody who is senior,
Mind my language.
no, it's okay, please, brother. You're new, it's okay, please, anybody can say it, no problem. Just to clarify, there is somebody who's senior within the ICCI when it comes to, I think you would be right? But the person currently employed within employment with his Dublin or here, the most senior is actually Brother Ahmed Khan. He's the most respected. Did you know about his father? Yes, exactly. So his father is the Imam. He is the Imam in Dublin. So as far as the situation with the Imams are concerned, I think he was the first person that basically runs the Dawah department also. Right? This Dawah department. Everybody else is an employee, so I'll answer the question. Yes, both are employees with an employee contract. Both are paid as an employee by the ICCI and nobody else. Okay? So they're employees and that's the position. That's why we have certain governance rules. And I know that for a long time there was a little bit of not enforcing them. We have spoken to the CEO, what's going on? And he is going to make sure that doesn't happen anymore. Now there are hands that went down, there's one hand from here, I know ladies, so I just want to make sure that everybody is included. Yes? No, I want to identify, and then I want to make sure that everybody is in line. You will go first, second, ladies? No, Dr. Ansari, you regarded an employment contract with us, so that's great. Anybody else in the ladies? Any ladies? Yes, would you like to speak? Okay, so what we'll do is, we'll do the gentleman here first, second, and then third at the back. Is that alright? Okay, and then fourth. Where's my arms? Okay, the young man in the back, okay? The young man in the back. And then we'll also have a list. Okay. Where's my? You have one question. Is that okay? One question, not five, okay? That's one question. Sir.
Just a follow-up to the earlier couple of questions that I asked. And sorry, I'm just intentionally keeping my pitch higher.
No, please, raise your voice.
Speak like that.
Raise your voice, it's okay. Raise your voice, no problem.
Yeah, but just so but just so all the brothers and sisters can hear me. There was a message sent on the group that we are going to get this site back from ICCI, which did not sit well in my head. Why? It's like equivalent to someone walking right at the front of my house, say that I want to take this house from you. And I'm like, if I'm the legal owner, And if I paid money for that, you should not even be talking like that. Because it's my property. Legally, I'm the owner. And you have no right to speak to me like that, and I'm going to get your house back. So, very recently, we have had certain messages on the group saying that, that we want this place back from ICCI. What I was confused about was that if your good self are the legal owner, like you are the legal owner, how did it even possible? How did it even possible? So, yeah.
You took it too seriously, brother.
No, but it's a good question. I think it's important for the community to understand. I have, yes, we'll come to you. So what I'll do is, to further, just, okay,
Brother, just a simple thing. Brother, cool down. There was a dispute. You don't know that there was some sort of things, rumors saying that you're coming, you're going to dictate people to tell us do this, not do this stuff. So the people are thinking that we have to get the place back because some people, as you know, I told you many times, these brothers have paid the mortgage till certain level, till 700,000 Okay? Yeah. When Brother Ahmed came and he said he's here now, he told me the ICC paid 192,000 okay, to finish the mortgage. So brothers, cool down. We are here now to settle everything down because the running of the masjid, are you going to be able to pay 160,000 per year every for this masjid as a community? I don't think so. These brothers, alhamdulillah, they are running this. So the idea of taking the masjid back was based on that if there is a conflict, for example, alhamdulillah, don't have a conflict. So I think my respective point, Brother Hussam, Brother Nabi, Brother Suhail, Brother Nabi, are you able to take the responsibility back again on your shoulder?
Yes. We are very happy with the marriage arrangement we have in Sweden. And I have not spoken yet, but I'll give you a little
So just want to tell you, the people, so be clear, the idea of taking back was support if there was a problem not to be solved. If you can now sit together as brothers and solve the problem, that this is the house of Allah. Hussam is going to die. Suhail is going to die. Nabil is dying. Everyone is going to die. Run by organization. Better than yes. So we would like that mutual respect to continue.
Please, one of the things is that we want anybody to speak. It's okay. If the brother wants to speak, there's no problem. We have time. Now, did you want to follow up? Ask your question.
That there is one thing which says reason, but there is another thing which is possibility.
Right.
When I'm the legal owner of something, the reasons die.
Yeah.
So this is the masjid.
Okay, so this one. So can I ask you a question?
This is not correct.
This is a masjid, and masjid belongs to Allah.
This is correct.
This is community. There is no legal owner or
We established this masjid.
I mean,
and this is that.
You can say that, but if you're saying that you own this, I think that's not the right terminology.
Did I say that?
This is not the terminology.
Did I say that?
No, but that's what I'm saying.
Did I say that? Okay, so let's relax. I want this to be a very dignified, organized situation. That this is at least is my desire. Okay? Because I think that it's going well right now. So let's keep it going down. Yes. Okay. No. The employees, etc. 1 second. So I want to answer your question. So the first thing we will do is answer the question regarding this possible. I've talked about the legal ownership of the records. I said we will look at it. Yes, that is not possible. We can consent if we wanted to give it back. There's no problem. Of course, I mean that may be a possibility. Who knows? We will see. We're having meetings with everybody. We're having meetings with the community. We're having meetings with different parts of the community. We are hopeful that one day, and inshallah, I know that Dr. Suhail and Dr. Sam will support this, that there should be a broader community. You know, I talked about the Islamic Center. The Islamic Center has to be part of not just one small group, but everybody. At that point, there is equity in this. Maybe we can figure out a situation where this ownership transfers to a different entity. And then the community will own it, inshallah. Yes? Okay. Because whatever organization it goes to, eventually it has to be transparent. It has to be transparent. I'm coming. It has to be transparent. Everybody, I think I'm feeling that everyone's getting nervous. Please relax. There's no need to. Everything's okay. I will now. There are people in line. I would like to honor the promise I've made. 1, 2, and then 3. The lady at the back, and then I have something. Just let me please ask the question. Yes, please.
Just a quick question. What's your future plans to devote to streets, and how much you're planning to invest?
Yeah, thank you. So we're not investors.
How much
Yeah, exactly. I have to be very honest with you, and I have been very honest with everybody else. So you may not know this, but the Rahman Foundation was built around His Excellency Sheikh Hamdan. Sheikh Hamdan, God give him peace and in heaven and bless him. He has passed. So all of those affairs have now gone into the government department. And I can tell you right now that there is no appetite for injecting further capital. So I don't want to fool anybody. I don't want to misstate. I don't want to do any of that. But yes, we are paying for the running 160,000, 170,000 every year. That is happening right now. But the idea that somehow we will bring in 1 million or 2 million and do that, no. One of the ideas that I had and I discussed with some of you gentlemen was the following: that we should create a special account that is devoted to only one purpose: to collect donations and money for the purposes of the Islamic Center here. So that it doesn't come into the general account, it should be separated. And for those who are auditors, I know that much of you are auditors as well, you will know that that is a good way of basically organizing donations. So that's one thing. So based on that, I would just answer your question that basically those are future plans. Now, I want to finish the line of questioning, and I would like, because we have limited time left, I want to tell you about what our future plans are, but I want to let others ask the question. Is that okay? Because then after that, I want to answer questions related to the future. I want us to move on. Everybody sitting over here does not want to live in the past. We want to work for the future, for the community. Your interest as a community is not what's happening between people. And the last thing I want to do, have you heard me say anything against anybody today? No. Have I said anything against Dr. Sohail? I've given him respect, yes? Have I said anything against Dr. Hussam? He's a respected guest. Against, by the way, this is Mr. Shaheen, he's from Dublin. He will be doing Islamic relations with us. He's our senior advisor to the board. I did not introduce him. Some of you know his name. Did I say anything against Sheikh Ahmed? I cannot even legally. I cannot even. Did I say anything against Mr. Qutb? Or Ahmed? Or Brother Nabil? No. So we will not indulge in any conversation today that is divisive. That is just the one thing I want to do. Thank you. Now, if you allow me, I'll come to our future plans in a second. I think the next question goes right to the back. There's a lady, there's a young lady there. Am I right? If you could please ask whatever you wish. Thank you.
The ladies group was just wondering that when you stated that you don't want us to talk about politics in the mosque, there's a clear difference between speaking politics and making dua for countries in need. And we were wondering, is that would you be preventing us from making duas for countries in need? Because I remember last year in Taraweeh, we make dua for countries just not even Palestine, even Kashmir and Sudan and everything. And we were just wondering, we are allowed to make dua, and in the future, if we wanted to host any charity events for these countries to help fund them, would you be also preventing that? Because we want to support the Muslims that are in need. And second thing is, the ladies group are wondering they want to hear Sheikh Ahmed speak and just wonder what his side of the story is, because they're just not sure why.
We're not here to do dispute resolution, conflict resolution. So employees are not going to get to that because it'll just create conflict. So that's not going to happen. But I want to read out something. Will you allow me to do it? And thank you for the question. It was very well put. You're definitely second generation in this country. We're proud of you, our youth. Let's all clap for you. Now let me read out something that I think is going to be useful. Let me see where I put it. This is related to, yes, okay. Now everybody has a certain, I know this has gone around, and I'm not taking any names, that's not the point here. Because remember, I will not talk about other people and not let anybody else talk about other people. We are not going to talk about people and grievances, we're going to talk about facts and positive stuff. That's out of control now. There is a view that is going around that apparently the United Arab Emirates and the government is anti-Gaza, or anti-Palestine. Am I right? That's what's going on? Yes. Correct? No. Now I'm going to read out, you don't have to believe this, but after I've read it, I'm not going to indulge in any more conversation about it. Okay, so let me read this out. In 2024, the United Arab Emirates significantly increases humanitarian assistance to Palestine. It is one of the largest donors to Gaza and Palestine. And basically, it spent $828 million. I am not the foreign minister or officer from the UAE, but I'm just telling you the facts. Between October 2023 and November 2024, the UAE provided $828 million aid in Gaza, 42% of the total international help. So no matter which country sent any money, the UAE has the largest chunk. I'm a Pakistani. Meet me not in this role outside. What do you think I'm going to say? What do you think I'm going to say? Challenge me. Brother Suhaib, what will you say? What will you say about Gaza in a private capacity? But as an official capacity, it is not my role, it is inappropriate, and it is not acceptable. So as far as Gaza and having that situation is concerned, please understand, national issues, when things are happening, humanitarian crises, those sort of things, they're not going to happen here. We can assist in having them in different places. But this will not become a house where political speech of any kind is going to take place. I've been very clear. You may not like it. You may want to have that in other places. Inshallah, when we have a center, an Islamic center possibly, we'll talk about that. But in a masjid, we are not going to hold talks about Kashmir or Gaza or anything else. Like you will invite a speaker and talk about that. We just are not allowed to do that. So we will not be able to, unfortunately. I don't want to lie to you. I don't want to mislead you. Now, let's moving on from there because we have approximately less than 15 minutes left. I would like to take next questions not about conflict. I want to talk next about the future. So can we start talking about Ramadan, please? And what I need to hear from you, and if you have questions that's different than me, what are the things that we're going to discuss about Ramadan? Does anybody have any ideas or things we need to do, organize here that you would like us to implement for Ramadan? Is that your question?
Yes. We finished talking about the problems of...
No, it's done. Now we're moving on. About Ramadan.
Not done actually.
Well, we have 15 minutes left.
So why don't you 15?
Why don't we? Because we would like to also. We can? Okay, yes, please go ahead. Please go ahead. Your son. Sorry, you've been saying this. Okay, yes, go ahead, sir.
Yes, go ahead.
We're listening to you, sir.
As a student of knowledge, there's something I don't get right in our community everywhere it happens. We acknowledge, all Muslims acknowledge all over the world, this is about the end of time. Things are turned upside down. Money are being floated all around against Islamic ethics and morals. Then we need to go back to the truth that no matter what position of power we have or money, we need to emulate the structure of Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Those people, there are people with money in those days, in them, they bring it with opulence, they bring the money or properties to Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. And they take, by now, I mean, they take to, as a follower, residing, following him, and they abide with him. So what I don't understand is, when we appoint a leader in a community, can we relegate such leadership to just mere employee when we actually know is capable to lead us spiritually and politically or anything. And when we want to dictate to him which way to go, are we really helping our society, our community? Our children are going wayward. Our women are going the other way around. We ourselves are not. So what are we? Where is the Islam? Islam is the moral compass of the whole world, and they have a lot to learn from us. So I think one of the mistakes we are making is when we appoint somebody, we have a leader in this community as Imam, let us give him more power to lead us. And when the issues come, let him stand for us. I have been partner just for 3 years and another 5 years. What do you call it? Board of Trustees. For 3 years and for my own local African something 5 years. I just stopped them. And my experience is that whoever is leader, we need to give them respect. This is what Islam says. Even if the person is a what? Is a servant, I mean, slave, and you allocate that, you give him that respect and let him go. Because we were calling for Imam to make a case, and this was being constantly put down. That's not right. We sit down here.
Could you say?
Yes, because I have had a couple of 2 people talking about
what was put down, please.
The way we handle it is so clear that we are moving to other things when we are asking for something.
What
This
is
is our problem.
that?
I don't speak big grammar, and I don't recognize big grammar. Simple thing I recognize, okay? We are saying we have a leader here, and we have board of trustees. I think we should allow Imam to say.
We need Hassan to speak. We need Suhail to speak.
We need to
listen to them.
Otherwise, no point.
What is the main problem? We need to speak. We need to speak. We need to speak. Everyone wants to speak.
Huh? No, he's not allowed to speak.
No. We need to speak.
He was obviously told before. He was obviously told before that he can't talk. That's probably part of the agreement. So look at who's speaking.
Do you know what time Adhan was?
35.
35? Oh.
We have 5 minutes. Isha is going to be in about 5 minutes. Everybody just relax. Dr. Tariq, would you like to say something? Actually, no, you're right. 1 second. Then we'll come to
First of all, I won't be repeating whatever our brothers are saying. We're very grateful for the board and trustees to, arrange this. Okay? But there are a few points that I'd like to raise here. First of all, when you said that, say, the messenger was sold, can you explain the terms of the same? Okay, because this is charity, this is yes, no, this is process for the sake of Allah. Okay, so it's not about selling and buying. Okay? And then when you said that, you're bored.
Sorry, please go.
No, we're trying to make sure that Azan is done on time. Okay. So when you said that, say that you're bored. Yes, sir, please. When you say that you're bored, you know about the existence.
Yes.
The mosque here. Right. I find it very good. Right. I find it very unacceptable.
I know.
Okay. And then we have to ask ourselves.
Yes.
And how we come to this.
Sure.
How to come to this point. Right. My understanding is that since you became aware at the board that there's an existence of a mosque that didn't show up in your books.
No, it showed up in the books, but nobody knew.
Okay, so how come that it wasn't apparent to the board up until November of 2020? Okay.
To May of
all of the brothers here. One of the reasons, and that kind of mixed feeling among our brothers here and among the community, is the way we dealt with this one. I was there, my brother Ahmed was there. Nobody accepted the way our directors were treated. The way they were given names, that they weren't managing the money well, that they were questioning their honesty, that they were questioning how they manage the money. I feel that this is one of the crux here. And then the way Sheikh Ahmed is being treated. What we want here is a clear clarity in terms of the way the governance of this mosque going forward. Okay? As whose responsibilities and each member of the community and each member of the governors and the management. Who are they accountable for? Okay? And I think the other demand from the community here, we need a clear constitution. Because we have to accept that, say, Portlaoise mosque is a unique one. The fact that, say, there are a lot of brothers here who have kind of put a lot of money out of their own pocket. When ICCI bought this, they only paid 150, 190. So it's actually the rest of the community paid the rest. So it's unique in that regard. I think it has to be acknowledged.
I heard that the money was paid personally by the directors, not by the community. You didn't pay? You did personally didn't pay, right? No, good, I'm glad.
And in this day, we have to remember one of our brothers, Tariq, who paid a lot. Yes. Unfortunately, we have to also remember other brothers, in addition to the head of Islam, Dr. Muhammad,
€5, €10, 25,000, 75,000.
And a lot of people have paid here. So to acknowledge this, I think the people has to have a say in the way this mosque is going to be covered going forward.
Yes.
And I agree. There's no talking about the future without acknowledging.
Can I just take that point? Can I take that point as well?
So I think going forward, the approach to coming here and intimidating or we acknowledge that there is a problem here and we realize the way that humans are moving.
So I'd like to ask you a question. What is it? What is the intimidation or harassment?
Can you answer this?
No, I don't know. You're telling me.
I think that my understanding is that there was order from Dubai.
Yes.
Some of the people here in the mosque, first of all, taking away the keys without the permission of the trustees, without involving them in that decision. Coming in the Jummah, I was there, and unfortunately I spoke to Ustaz Ahmed, spoke to Mr. Ahmed. The way he explained the situation, I felt it wasn't lucky in terms of, outlining the problems. And unfortunately, in this country, the directors would have a right to go after the ICCI and go after Mr. Ahmed. Because unfortunately, he publicly questioned very honestly. He publicly. So I spoke to Mr. Ahmed. Okay, I have a good relationship with you. I have a respect for you, the way you manage. Nobody like that. And unfortunately, it created that sense that now Dubai is trying to change the way the mosque is going to be managed.
So let me clarify. Can I clarify for everybody because this is important? You said that the directors of the mosque and some keys were taken away from you. That's what you said?
Not my understanding.
That's what you said. So let me clarify. There are no directors of the mosque. It just doesn't exist.
Could you explain that to us?
Yeah, it's explain
the structure. Okay.
I can answer the question. So if you don't like this,
Yes, I understand them.
as far as the directors are concerned,
We want to listen
Let them lay it bare from the acquisition.
Imam will talk. Let's sort out the local
Give everybody chance. Everybody can. That is why we are here. We want to listen everybody.
so let me answer your question. There are no structure. There is a trust as a foundation that basically is the ICCI. I'll answer this, okay. If anybody wants to hear that, if they don't want to hear it, it's okay. I don't have to be here. I'm here because I volunteer on the board and get paid to do this. I'm here because I also thought that Pakistan, especially as Pakistan, it's important for us to help out. But I have to tell you, this is just very strange for me and very strange handle. Let me answer the question. If you don't mind, can I answer one question? One question.
One question. Okay, clarifying you for also these people. Were you happy yourself the way you treated your employees coming here when you came in over here?
I don't think you know the facts.
What facts are you talking about?
What facts are you talking about? Okay, so let's try to answer your first question first and the second question. The first one. So there's a board of the ICCI. It's a registered trust. Okay. The registered trust owns the ICCI facility in London. Okay. And basically it's registered as a charity, both in the CRO as well as the charity certificate. Now, separately, apart from the fact that we own that property, we actually lease out that property to other schools as well. So we run to schools. This ICCI body owns directly, because of the transfer that this gentleman did, transfer to the name of the ICCI, the property because of it. So under registry and the land registry, etc., the properties, if you look at the ownership, you'll find where the ownership is. I think that much is very clear.
I think you guys want to have the same like in Dubai here. This is not a Dubai, this is our land. People have a voice, you know, here.
Can I just answer this question? Can I answer this question? He's asking a question.
You have to give them terms as well.
So as far as the terms of the sale are concerned, the straight out sale, he was involved. The gentleman was involved. I wasn't the customer. And the management of this place under a side agreement was supposed to be for us. We're supposed to take the responsibility for management, overall, in fact, overall management, financial matters, and all the rest of it. So that's with us. Now,
Go ahead, yeah. No, we want Suhail. Suhail, say something. We want Suhail to talk. Yeah, we want Suhail.
I'm standing here as a servant of this place. I have not done anything extra. If we got this place, this was a blessing of Allah. And we are thankful for marriage. Actually, it's a marriage, it's called a marriage. And we have this contract. We got married to them. And marriage, it takes years and years to build up, and it takes only 1 minute to break it. So, we are very thankful to Brother Rahman, mashallah. He came. And we are very blessed because of you. This place actually is the model. And inshallah, with the help of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and blessing of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, it will be with you. Because we are only a passing by thing. We started this project for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When we came, me and my wife and all of the brothers who were here, we felt there was a need. And we actually went to Dubai to meet Rahman Foundation, and we all know Brother Ahmed Hussain was the secretary at that time. So they promised us to give us 1 million, and we were very happy. But alhamdulillah, then we thought maybe Allah will have given us a chance to invest in that, and we are able to do it. And then there was a time that we were very difficult for us to manage the whole thing, as you know, the expenses. I mean, any ordinary house like me, it costs about 5,000. So we actually went to Dr. Noor, who is the fifth assignee on this, and Mirza is the fifth one. So there were 3 directors of Rahman Foundation, which is a registered charity in this country. We are very transparent, and two are Brother Ahmed Hussain was Mirza from Dubai, and third signatory is Dr. Noor. So alhamdulillah, Brother Hassan is mashallah, is taking over that responsibility, and Ahmed. What I'm saying is that I would like to give a chance to Brother Imam, and also I would request Brother to give a chance to Brother Nagila as well, and our Imam as well. We are all here as a community. Look, I mean, I understand. Small little child went today in front of the parents. What are we talking about? Look, because of this perspective, we are becoming a fool in front of the world. We have to be united. I don't take any credit. I don't think that I have done anything. It's because of the blessing of my parents and the blessing of Rasulullah. I'm a Father Rasul, I'm a Ashkar Rasul. We do all those things. And we don't take any credit. All you brothers, Naeem, Khaled, all of you, you know all of us. Our children sitting here, we have to get united and work in the cause of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that these children will be proud of you. We could be dead tomorrow, buried in the Qabristan. My wife, as you know yourself, you call it slamming. We got this Qabristan for ourselves. This is for ourselves. This is our house. Go and see people who have mahal. The palaces here, they're all buried there. What are we talking about? Come on. So for the sake of Allah, we have done marriage. in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and actually this is a contract. Anyone wants but who won't show you because this is privileged information.
No.
You know, and who will give it to you? I give it to you. So, like, I mean, the main reason was.
Would you like to see a copy?
Yes. Let me finish. What I'm saying is, the contract which we have done with them, we are happy with that because we were not able to pay that much for it. I mean, you know the expenses. I have a small house, it costs about 5,000 euro a month to run it. You know, but this is a mashallah, big, beautiful house, and we are happy to have this support. And I'm very happy what Brother Zahad has said, that they are going to support us in future, which is great. So I think today is the day, let's turn the page and leave everything behind, whatever happened. And work on
Could we give a copy on a WhatsApp group of this document? You have that. Yes, please, yes. I think everybody should get a copy. Yes. Yes, share a copy. Good. But both documents, all documents.
Assalamu alaikum. We are from the start having this project me and Suhail. I didn't speak too much on myself. Actually, was the help of all of you with us. And did help all of us. Thank God. Actually, for that, we have come and did help with us and share with us. And you will see the contract that actually is written in the contract. Yes, that was solved, but there is a contract which gives him management. The three of us here, plus two from actually running the place, running the management, running the structure, should be actually a mutual respect and a mutual discussion about any management, any process, any procedure should be discussed before doing anything in the place. Ourselves, we feel that the husband change the keys or the breach of the contract. It's ourselves, we feel that. But still, we respect the people who came to us and help. And thanks actually for brother speaking about Islamic center. This is a very good point. But still, speaking about number one, should be respect, should be mutual respect, should be actually as a management, any decision should be taken in this discussion without taking any processing. Because actually, we don't give the forever by this way. Number one. Number two, about the expenses. Thanks for Brother Ahmed, you mentioned 170 euro per year spending expense. Means that per month is equal 15,000. Our self-particular concept is we spend actually very little money. And if you see wages for the people, it doesn't go more than 6,000. So how come we reach 15,000 a month? This is very strange with this amount of money. I don't know. Very strange for me. Actually, it's very little money. I will speak about anything else. Because really, this is something we need actually all of us environment and acting mutual respect between all of us. Thank you very much.
I have an announcement and then I think we would like to close. I have one announcement.
Sheikh Ahmed. We want Sheikh Ahmed. Ahmed, say Ahmed.
Welcome everybody. All of you, everybody knows me. I'm here for 8 years. And I'm serving this community, and everybody here knows my reputation, knows what I'm doing for community. I don't need to mention any of this. I have never done anything or taken any penny from anybody, and anybody here can prove that. I have been working so hard with the brother Jazamullah came. I'm going to talk. I don't know what's going to happen to me after that, but I have to say the truth and only the truth, even if I was fired. Okay? The brothers came, Jazamullah khairan. They came to the school. We welcomed them in the Masjid here. Then Sister Sarah was mistreated. She was kicked out of the Masjid. That was in front of myself, my brother Ahmed Sifu. Okay, that's number one. Okay, and she is here and she can prove if that's right or wrong. She can come. Yes. he sent me a message, Ahmed, telling me she has to leave the premises. And this is all recorded in WhatsApp. Let me tell you one more thing. The sick leave, I have taken it by 6th of November. I sent Ahmed a message. I say, stop mistreating me. Your behaviors is causing me a sickness. I have this message and I can show it to everybody. And I will share it in the group. It was in Arabic. 2 days after that, I went to my GP. He said, stop it. That's not, I have heart problems. I have diabetes. I have so much pain. I have some problems. So I say, brother, please stop mistreating me. And exactly in the message I say it, I have been. Please don't record. Don't record. Nobody recorded.
No, not allowed. No, you have to have permission. Not allowed.
Stop.
No recording. Illegal.
This is misbehavior.
Illegal. It's illegal.
It's illegal to record someone without the
Please. Actually, I have a written complaint to the board members of Ahmed's behavior accordingly. Please. Brothers, let me finish. So I know they're gonna fire me. I know they're gonna send me an email, especially from Ahmed. Last 2 days that my office was changed without notifying me. He sent me 2 securities from Dublin. They didn't know why they were coming for, just to stop me from leading Salah. The brother told me upstairs, he said, please make my job succeed. Don't lead Salah. His order was taken from the CEO, do not lead Salah. Sister Sarah is here. She can tell you she was kicked out of the masjid. We did not at that time call anybody and we didn't do anything. We did respect them, we did for them what we can. I haven't seen myself anything, I have to be honest, I haven't seen anything from Brother Zahid towards me. I was called to Klonski with his respect to do the khutbah. He said, this is the khutbah, it was going to be every Tuesday. I said, I am Azhari for 20 years, I can't say what is given to me, my community has their own limits. Okay, this is what happens. The other thing after what happened with the sister Sarah, Brother Ahmed told me, I have an order, you have to change the board director's keys. I sent him a reply, I said, this is not my job. I'm an Imam, I'm not here to give keys or to hold keys. These guys gave me the keys, I have to give it to them. He sent me a voice message, this is an order, and if you don't do it, we will be dealing with you. Okay? I have it. It's a voice message. I can share it with you. He said it's an order from the board. He said it is the order from board of Palestine. Okay, and you have to obey what is. This is related to the keys. Then after that, I was put in the blacklist. Okay, after that, I was put in the blacklist because I did not give them the keys of the board members. He knows about that. He was in Doha. I told him, Brother Suhail, he wanted me to give the keys, and I didn't want to do that because I took the keys from himself. Okay? The fitna started again as the brother came, when Brother Ahmed, and this is why they are having as well this treatment with me. When Brother Ahmed came, the CEO in front of 300-400 saying that the committee are collecting money and nobody knows where the money are coming from. I did put in the group to my community that I witnessed Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that I have been with these people for years. I haven't seen any robbery or anything from them. According what I said. So this is one of the points as well. That any donations was collected in the hall, he is aware of it, not related to the masjid, to the organizations that come. He used to tell me that this organization is coming, can you approve to the management? And the brothers here knows that. I'm not talking about the collection of the masjid. So whatever organization is sent to collect money, it is known or sent by the CEO. Okay? The other thing, as I told you, I started my sick leave on 6th of November, and I went back to my doctor when I came from my treatment from Egypt. And doctor is here, he knows Dr. Lawal. I was in touch with him because I lost hearing on my right ears 60%, and he's the one who said, stay away from stress. He's not my GP, but that was his advice. If he is around, he can come up with that. So why I took a sick leave? Because a lot of people was asking because I was treated so bad. And the message is here, and I can share it with everybody. On 6th of November, I said, please stop mistreating me. I am an Imam, I'm here for 8 years, and I was never treated like that. As I told you 2 days ago, even we still have remaining bills which is not paid. A security company specially came to myself and the brother is there to stop me from performing or leading Salah. Sheikh Qaddour was informed he is not allowed to lead the Salah. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, whoever is more knowledgeable or more in hifz, he is the one supposed to lead the Salah. I'm not doing it out of teasing, I'm not doing it out of disrespect. And the brother, Jazallah Khair, and the doctor there, he said to Ahmed the other day, he said, the Imam, if he's not there, anyone can lead the Salah, it's only a 3 minutes. So I have nothing to do with this memorial of understanding as well. I was not a part of that, and I did not interfere with that. Whatever is related to me as a community, and by the way, I came with the invitation of Dr. Tariq. He said, come because we need to listen to both parties. So I came to say what I have to say. If anybody have anything, and I'm telling you, anybody have anything, and they are board members, anybody have anything against me, rather put him in a group, you don't know what he's doing, gathering the brothers in a dinner, we have so much about the Sheikh, anybody have anything against me, bring it in front of the community and I'm ready to take it. And that's what I want to say, and I hope, and I'm telling you, I will share everything inshallah with my community, whatever is going in the future inshallah. And this is what I have been telling. I said that to Naeem and I said that to Dr. Tariq. But still, he wanted me to come and I came to say my shahada, and this is my shahada. That these people have never said anything bad.
The community is behind you, Sheikh.
I have one question for Sister Sarah. Did I kick you out? Did I kick you out?
But can I
No.
just speak?
No, 1 second.
No, you didn't.
Was I rude to you?
No, you were very nice to me.
Gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, can I just, Dr. Sarah, if you don't know. This is the Sarah, I will force her now, she can speak. I'm sorry, your mother, I know she's your mother. Please speak. I'm
First, I want to say Shukra Alhamdulillah to the Rahman and the Imam Foundation from the very beginning for bringing this beautiful place to Portlaoise. Because for me, this is like a heaven. I embraced Islam in 1995 and the Imam Foundation established Mosque at that time. And I was one of the first revert Muslims that got support from Sister Sumaya and Sheikh Khalifa and Dublin. And that was only possible because of the charity and support from there. Alhamdulillah, we worked in the community. We have a beautiful community, as you all know, and we built it up with the people who were here from years and years ago, about 13 years ago. We've been working and growing and Alhamdulillah, by the grace of Allah. Then, everything was going perfectly fine when everything was signed over. Our CEO, Ahmed, mashallah, I never had any problems with him. He treated me with respect. Anything that I had to do as an administrator, I just had to pass it through Sheikh Ahmed and himself to clarify it, and it was okay. I was on sick leave. I didn't share it with the community because it's my personal problems, and I had only informed those that were close to me that needed to know, and I'm still enough to apologize to return to work, but I still help out as much as I can. And Sheikh Ahmed, CEO, is not only my boss in Dublin, as I knew, he was also like a brother to me as Sister Samaya and the team in Dublin. They came on that day to Portlaoise, and before they came, they sent me an email. Sheikh Ahmed, my CEO, and he said, Sarah, we're having guests from Dubai. Would you like to come and meet them and greet them when they're in Portlaoise? They would like to meet you. I said, inshallah, if I'm feeling well, I'll come. I came on that day. When I met Brother Ahmed, he was nearly dead. He was so stressed and so weak that didn't even want to talk to anybody, he was so sick.
Who's Ahmed?
CEO, the CEO. I didn't even see him. I met Brother Zahad, and he hadn't spoken to me, but he was given orders that I observe to the rest of the staff, like intimidation and like a dictator, that do now, immediately, go, where? And I felt scared as a woman in front of him on the first day when I met him. Then when he decided to speak to me, I said, brother, I don't like your tone. If you don't mind, I would like to record the conversation. Then he kept quiet, but I could feel, I don't know where Allah gave me the strength from, but I'm not used to this treatment here, and I never have been. And I have never had it from the CEO in Dublin or my boss before. And then he says to me, Sarah, do you know who you're speaking to? And I said, sorry, I don't even know who you are. And he said, I'm your boss. And I said, well, honestly, if you're my boss, I would rather, I thank Allah that I'm on sick leave and I don't have to be under your leadership for now. And I came downstairs and he said to the other man, mashallah, that was sitting here was, to me, a gentleman. His manner was so nice, the ambassador. But then afterwards, I could understand maybe as well. I was giving him the benefit of the doubt, Jameel, the benefit of the doubt, Jameel, because I was thinking maybe he's coming to a new place. He told me that he's only my boss from the day before, 2 days before. So it was obvious to me then that he had no information. He didn't know anything. He wanted to know, and he looked like he was shocked. He didn't know anything. He was asking this and then to do this and giving orders, and to me that's not how my Portlaoise or Ireland works or Muslims work, and I have never worked with Muslims like that. And Jazakallah khair to all the brothers and sisters in our community that have given this support in our community and worked together without feeling pressure or intimidation. But on the first day that I met him, I felt intimidated. He came out, my CEO, with high respect, Sheikh Ahmed, and he came to the car and he says to me, Sarah, are you okay? And I said, I feel afraid, I feel scared. And he said, I feel him, sorry brother, to be very rude, Jameel. And he said, Ahmed was so drained, he had his hands in his pocket. And he said, Sarah, it's not because you're a woman. And it's not because you're a woman, and it's not because you're a revert. He has been very rude to other members in ICCI the days before, and I'm very stressed out. And I said, Ahmed, mind yourself and mind your health first. Then Ahmed came and he said, he went back to the car and they sat down. And then Ahmed came back over to me and he said, Sarah, they want you to leave the premises. And I said, who wants me to leave the premises? He said, they want you to leave the premises. There was 3 people in the car. One was Brother Jamal. The other one was the gentleman that said nothing and was very kind to me. I had no problem. I went over to the car because he said they. And there was another man that is, I don't know his name, but he's on the community in Dublin on the committee. Bassett, Dr. Bassett, mashallah, is a very nice man, and I don't know him too well, but I know his wife for the last 30 years, and mashallah, they're brilliant people in the community as well. I went to the car and I said, who has requested that I should leave the premises? And they all kept silent. Ahmed wasn't in the car, but the 2 Dubai visitors and the Dublin community ICCI representative was in the car. None of them answered my question. I asked them again, excuse me, my CEO has told me that they have requested to leave the premises. Who has requested? Brother Jameel didn't give me eye contact and he said, I have no idea. And I said, okay, he has no idea. Who has an idea from the other 2? The other 2 men kept quiet for about 30 seconds. And then the Dublin man, he said, Sarah, nobody can prevent you from entering the house of Allah. And I said, Jazakallah khair. But I never went inside because I didn't want to aggravate it more. I went and sat in the car. Then they were all sitting in the car. Brother Ahmed came out again, my boss, that I knew that was my boss. I didn't know Brother Jamil was my boss from 2 days before because he got appointed to the post. Brother Ahmed came over, and I actually felt sorry for you, Ahmed, on that day because you were so sick and what distress you've been through. And today, alhamdulillah, I'm glad to see you looking better. And even Brother Jamil, I can see from you today as well that your smile is there, your talk is nice today. The first day it was unbelievable, I have to tell you. And I really appreciate that because you're understanding us and we're understanding you, and we want to work and work together. But on that day he came back again and he said, Sarah, please just leave now because it's going to get worse if you don't. And I said, no problem, let them leave first and then I'll follow out. So they left. They left and I was like, oh, it's late now, I can go home as well. I left and went home, and about after 15 minutes in the car, Brother Ahmed, call him brother and Sheikh Ahmed, Brother Ahmed phoned me, so there was 4 of them in the car. Brother Ahmed, Brother Jamil, His Excellency and the representative from Dubai were travelling together in the one car. And Ahmed, the CEO, he phoned me and he said, Sarah, where are you? I need a favour. I knew in my heart, to be honest, and Allah is a witness, that anything that Brother Ahmed asked me was not from his own heart. It was from an order there from the start. They had no information about so many meetings on Friday in Portlaoise. Dinner parties that third parties were inviting, that the trustees had no idea about. Like Brother Naeem, mashallah, you tried your best. But you had no direct contact yourself. You were sending messages through other people. I don't know for what reason, but this had a lot of hurt to our trustees. And this is not the way that we want to be treated, especially when they're so valuable in our community. A lot of nasty messages passed between Sheikh Ahmed and yourself and Brother Tariq, and it felt very bad. And we didn't want that because we want to respect. Ramadan is coming, this place is beautiful. As Jamil said tonight, he wants to expand. As our Rahman Foundation was collecting money over the years to expand, and build it up to expand with all of us. I want, inshallah, may Allah forgive me if I've said anything wrong or hurt anybody. Jamil, Brother Jamil, forgive me. Ahmed, you never kicked me out of the mosque, but you did request me to leave at the request. Yeah. But maybe the language, and this is what I said to Dr. Hussam and Dr. Rasul and Sheikh Ahmed, that sometimes the language is a problem. And I am an English literature teacher, as I told to me, and from cultures to cultures, from languages to languages, and from translations to translations, can get very disorientated. So, the words, my respected employees and community members, I want to serve you. I want Sheikh Ahmed to serve us. I want Dubai to serve us and look after us. And I have nothing in my heart against my CEO. He was done what he was requested in a lovely manner, and I have no objections in working from. But that's my personal experience, Sheikh Ahmed. I have dealt all right, and Dr. Hussam and Sophia, if I have said anything wrong, forgive me, but I have only told you the truth of my experience. And may Allah accept from me and from all of you.
From you. Brother Zani Jamil, yesterday, last night, on my Friday, gave the allegation against you that you are collecting donations from here and lodging into your husband's house. Could you answer that?
First, I would like to give Jamil an opportunity and ask him, did you say something?
I will ask the people who are present. Did I say that she's responsible?
Did you say it? Did you say it?
Whatever I say will be a lie.
Yes or no?
Can I answer? You ask, can I speak? I'm going to answer that question and I'm going to tell you the answer because at that point I have to tell you the whole entire story and I have to tell you everything about the finances. Would you like to know about it?
Yes.
Well, it's going to take a little bit of time.
Yes. That's
Is that all right? Okay, let's start.
Everything we want to know.
Yes, everything.
Okay, what I'd like, did you want to answer?
I'm just happy that you said yes, but I want to say that my community that...
No, you used That's all right. I didn't say that. Alright, so just one question. I want to understand, we have to wish that this is a masjid. We have to wish that we just agree on what time, and even after the prayers we can continue this. Is that okay with everyone?
Yes.
Fair enough? Okay. Would you like to have Isha now? And then after Isha?
I think we need an operation.
Plenty of time for Isha. So I will speak and I will talk. Can we agree on a particular time? Then we continue. That's no problem. Okay. Thank you. Because we need to make sure that everybody, there is a prayer we have to do. Okay. Now, I didn't want to talk about any of these things. I want to talk about the future of all things, but I guess I'm going to have to speak. When we were given the position of board member, the board member position is a position that requires personal responsibility. Whether you're a trustee or you're a director, which we are directors, it is a personal responsibility. And when we found out that basically there was a mosque in Portlaoise, other than the fact that Rahman will tell you we are dealing with other problems in Dublin related to finances, administration, governance issues, we also have to deal with and come and see what is happening in Portlaoise. Now you can well imagine, I'm going to be very frank over you. Now everybody's spoken, everybody should speak. If anybody wants to add something, I'll explain why it wasn't. I know there was anger here, why I'm not letting people speak. Because what I wanted to do was just speak everything positive and not talk about the conflict with anything. Right? You've not heard me say anything about against persons so far. I will have to say something. I have to say something. Yes, so I will now the conversation is not going to be this controlled, positive conversation. Now it has to be a conversation that allows everybody to say what they believe, yes? Is that fair enough?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, also some people believe one thing, I believe something else, I'll explain. So we came to Portlaoise, we entered this place, and we were told that Portlaoise there's a mosque. And I'm going to tell you exactly how I felt about it personally. Brother Muhammad, I'm glad he's not here because I did not want him to see this. I don't want this thing to go back to Dubai. It will be a problem going forward. So I'm glad he's not here. But I'll tell you my feeling. When I entered, it was a house. It's not a mosque. It's a house. Now we're the board of the ICCI. We have mosques all over the world. And they're very well labeled. If you go to Dublin, have you been to the Dublin ICCI anywhere? You've seen the place, right? Is it well run? Is it well organized? What logo do you see on the door of that establishment? What's the name? ICCI. Right? So as a director, when I walk into this place, did I see a sign of the ICCI? Is that something that is going to make me stay? That's the first thing I'm going to do. This is our responsibility. Tomorrow something happens, the name of the ICCI should be here. I don't know how people feel about this, but I'm going to tell you how I genuinely felt. It's my responsibility to make sure that if a premises is owned by us, and it's also part of the law, that it should say who owns it. Because tomorrow if something happens with the guard or company, there's an incident. Maybe there's an incident here. Maybe, Khuda na khasta, there's an accident here. Whose responsibility is it going to be? Sohail, is it your responsibility? Are you the owner? No, it is not. It is going to be the responsibility of the owners. No, let me finish now. Look, please. Look, everybody had an opportunity to speak. You're going to have to let me. Now that you've asked, you want me to open up, let me open. Is that fair? Yes. Please, let me open. Okay. So we see that, we see no logo there. We walk in and we see Rahman Foundation. I'm also a lawyer. Rahman House and Foundation also. And the first thing I need to do is make sure that as part of an audit, everything is according to the legal regime. This is it 12? The 12 LM72 red car at the gate. Can owner move it to let people go because we'll be blocking the road. He's gone on. That was it? Okay. So the next thing I see is basically our logo is not there and other names are there. That's not right. We cannot have that. So the first thing I need to do is say, what's happening? Number one. So I'm telling you all the things that, I'm going to say next. Imam did us very nice. We actually had fruits and sweets prepared. Sister Karima prepared. So we entered, and we've met before already. So we entered, and then I saw on my left, there's a door. You all know this door, yes? Yes. On the left there is a door. Now we had just come from seeing the schools and other places. And please close the windows, it's very cold in this room. Can you please close the windows? It's not hot, it's getting very cold. Please close the windows. Thank you. Just close it, please, yeah. You're going to fall in. I'm already having flu. I'm already flu. Okay, that one? Okay. So we had to fix the names, and I saw the it said directors. Now, Rahman Foundation, am I right? It's a trustee? Correct. Does it have any directors, or does it have trustees? Trustees or directors? Okay, very nice. So if I see on my left the room that says directors, I'm going to think that I'm the director of the ICCI. Whose room is it? Whose room is it going to be? My room. My room, right? I'm the owner of the ICCI. And I'm saying, why do I have a room, especially in a mosque? This is not okay. This mosque is for the people. This is not for VIPs. Even if there are directors, they don't have any business creating a special room for that. And I ordered us to take off. This room is going to be open. One of the things I wanted to discuss, when Ali, I know why you're upset. I understand that. I know why you're upset. I know why you said shame to me. I understand. I understand your sensitive feeling. But I need you to understand one of the things we wanted to actually announce today was that every single room in this house is ordered by us to be opened up for you. There will be not a single room. There are 2 rooms I can't do anything about. One belongs to Dr. Sada, Sister Sada, and one belongs to Imam Halal. I will ask all of you a question at the end because we are permitting you to open those rooms because those rooms were used. Everybody's room will be open and the bathrooms will be open. Because the bathrooms are not available. And one of the things we talked about was that the bathroom over here in downstairs in the director's room is always locked, yes? It's an annoyance to me also. Why is this room not available for the ladies? So we have already told the management, which is the CEO, that this room will be opened up and it will be the ladies' room. We're going to move that logo, that side. You see the ladies? Move it to the other room, which is a very nice carpet. I'm going to move the TV there so they can see the proceedings. And the bathroom will be available because for disabled and access purposes, that's a much better place. The ladies, the room that they use right now does not have a single bathroom. So why is that door closed? Why is it locked? Who sits in there? Why is it VIP? I said nothing to it. It made me very angry. And when I entered, I saw this is, there's this food and there's a lovely table and then there's these plush carpets and everything. And I go to the opposite where the children are studying. The carpet is not the same. They have no access to the bathroom. And I'm trying to figure out, is this really a mosque? Is this a mosque? Where do I do wudu? Will I use those bathrooms? Have you seen the state of those bathrooms? I would not want to go inside that bathroom. Made me very angry. And I went up the stairs. And I saw again Rahman Club. And I'm saying, what is going on? Ahmed, where is ICCI? I have to report back to the people who actually give the donations, who actually own this foundation. I'm only a director. Where is our name? And then I go upstairs and I see, and it's very nice, by the way. The school that was functioning downstairs, where the ladies are in this room here, and then upstairs also, they had classes and they were going to seeing the children. Honestly, that was the best day that we had, because when we went to Portlaoise, we saw how the schools are functioning and the children are being educated. Who is educating the children? Dear gentlemen. Which organization? It's the ICCI. And we were happy to see that. That was the only happy time I had when I came to Portlaoise, because right after that I started seeing these things. So I went upstairs and I met I keep saying Dr. Sara, I mean Sister Sara. And she was very nice. She was very, very nice. And she's lovely, so we sat. I said, let's go inside. We sat. And I said, thank you very much, in her room. And then she started explaining, she first gave me her introduction of herself. That she's a revert and everything else. And then she gave me an idea about how everything functions. Because we don't know. We have no idea. So I said, what is this nonsense? At this point in time, I know nothing about anything called the Rahman Foundation. I know nothing. Never heard of it. Okay? Oh, by the way, I saw one more thing. As I'm sitting in that room, there was a certificate. Has anybody seen that certificate? You've seen the certificate. Whose certificate is it, sir? Well, no, that's no point, right? We're not going to take names. But basically, it was a certificate of someone, a doctorate certificate. And I said to Imam, I'm getting angry more. And I'm looking at Dr. Sheikh, I'm saying, is there a private clinic going on in this mosque? If I put my lawyer's certificate up in a room, what is the reason for that? Because I'm going to have meetings, right? And so what in God's name is this thing doing here? I will not take names from you. You should find out yourself. I went upstairs and I sat with Sister Sara and I said, Sister Sara, do you collect donations on this premises? No, never. We don't collect donations. I said, does the Portlaoise Mosque do anything that you do collect donations? No. Oh, by the way, I met Islam. Where's Islam? And I asked him, I said, where are the bathrooms? And he told me that the back I saw this. I'm not getting more angry. I am a director of this premises. I'm supposed to take care of people. And I'm looking at this place and being run like I don't know what. I was ashamed. This is not the way to run a mosque. We should be ashamed. When anybody else who is not a Muslim comes to see this, we don't have a VIP culture. We don't have dirtiness and ghaleesness in our toilets. This is supposed to be a mosque. So I'm sitting with her and I'm saying, have you taken any donations? I asked her 4 times. She said no. You know why it is important? Because one of the problems that we wanted to actually isolate, which we'd already seen at the ICCI, Dr. Ahmed knows this, was he suffered through it. I'm a very hard taskmaster. Have you seen how I speak? I'm a lawyer. I don't take any nonsense. So he went through a tough time as well. And I asked him, I said, where's the cash, etc. I won't give you details about that, but there were a lot of problems. There was no receipts. No proper receipts. Cash has been taken, cash has been given. Cash has been taken, cash has been given. No trail. And I'm supposed to be the director. I'm going, my God. Supposing tomorrow there's an AMLC. You know the way that an ICCI as a charity is supposed to be regulated, yes? You understand that, right? It's charity. Which means even €1 can become a problem, yes? So, okay? So Sister Sara, do you take donations? No. then I said, well, we must be doing something. And of course, there must be something going on. And she goes, well, actually, I remember the other day, I don't remember exactly how I said it, but I prompted her and she said it. The other day, there was donation collection. These people came from outside to collect money for Gaza. I said, donation collection? You just told me no donation collection. Oh yeah, it was just once. I said, really? So you collected money? I said, yes. Okay. Now, I didn't want to go further, I just asked one question. I said, which account does it go in? ICCI? Yes, right? That's where it should go, right? That's where it should go, right? It's our license, it's my head, it's my problem, it's Muhammad who was here, his problem, right? Whose account should it go into? ICCI. Because that's the license that's being used. So I said, we'll find out. So I'm going to tell you the whole story, right? You asked for the whole story, I'm going to tell you the whole story. So I said, okay, can you please tell me who collects? Now, I'm a prosecutor, by the way. I'm a former prosecutor. The reason people get scared of me, and I'm sorry, my apologies to you and to your mother, because I'm a hard taskmaster. Because when I see something like that is not okay, I get nervous. I'll admit it. Yes. Possibly. Now let me tell you what's happened more than that. So I said, Sister Sarah, no, this was not how I was speaking. Let me also clarify that. This is not how I was speaking. Because at this point in time, I need her to give me answers. I can't get answers if I'm going to intimidate somebody. I'm a prosecutor, I know how to ask answers. So I said, could you please tell me which account it went into? So she said, yes, there's no problem. It goes into the account, and I won't take names. And Mr. X has all the accounts. I said, who is Mr. X? Who is this Mr. X? She says, oh, yeah, you don't know, he's a director. I said, director of what? Director of what? I'm a director, Muhammad is a director, Masjid is a director. What are you talking about? She says, you don't know? So she got angry. You don't know?
Sorry, Jimmy, that's wrong. That's not true.
Can I
Yeah, that's not true.
Can I say?
That's not true.
You have your time.
He asked, did I collect money? And I said no. But I said there's a collection every Friday and Juma prayers.
I think I have to be able to speak. Would you like me to stop? No, she can say it. So I said, I'm going to tell you what I'm doing. So I said, okay. So who collects this? So she said, well, it's Islam. I said, who's Islam? He's everything. So I said, where's it? Now, I'm asking for Islam, but nobody's bringing Islam for me. 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Where's Islam? So I said, okay, I'll get up myself. And I went downstairs and I said, who is Islam? And he said, well, Muslim. But by the Javed, oh my God, that's so funny. And in Punjabi, because I was from Pakistan. I said, can you come? And I looked at him and I said, this poor man doesn't know anything. That's what I thought. So I said to Sister Sarah, Sister Sarah, could you tell me who else is involved? She says, Kundur. So Imam Kundur is brought. He stood in front of us, next to Sister Sarah, and I said, do you collect money? He said, yes. I said, how is this money collected? He said, well, we take cash. I said, okay, if you take cash. Now, could you please tell me how, could you please tell me that if you collect cash, where do you collect the cash? He says, we collect it over here. And I said, well, that's in Juma, because I have already heard from this gentleman that this is very small. This mosque is very small. How do people fit inside it? So I asked him, where's Juma? He said, no, it's in another location. Now I'm getting, what do you mean another location? Why is there another location? Who is running that location? I'm a director of the ICCI, right? And we're supposed to have Friday prayers here. Have you ever heard of a mosque where Friday khutbah and prayer is not happening? Have you ever heard of a place?
All over Ireland, there is mosque are small. People rent all rent the.
So I don't know.
So if you are not living in Ireland,
okay. So maybe I don't know. I don't know. Okay, good. So I said, that's not right. If people have to go to another place also, why can we also have it? There is nothing wrong with that. Because in places that I'm used to, small places have mosques, big places have mosques. That doesn't mean there's a monopoly. There is no monopoly in Islam. Nobody gets to dictate that you have to pray in one place. You pray anywhere you want. You can have a Friday prayer anywhere, which is what we did last Friday. Now, then I said, okay, how is this collected? So Mr. Abdul here, Imam Abdul said, yes, of course, we collect the cash and then also we have that machine. I said, what machine? I said, what machine are we talking about? He said, well, there's that machine. I said, at that point now, the prosecutor and me, lawyer, I'm like, bring the machine. I want to see this machine. Because this gentleman has no idea, no? Machine. We look at that machine, it has paper coming out of it. I said, what does it say? It said the name of Mr. X was a different person, Mr. Y. And I looked at Sister Sarah and I said, what is this? Who is this person? At this point, she started reading it. I see that you're harassing me. Now, I don't know whether my tone was high or not. I don't believe it was because I was sitting with two of the board members. They would testify that it wasn't. Maybe the questions were so tough that Sister Sarah felt something. My apologies that if in any way she felt that way. Fair enough. But I had to ask the questions. It is my responsibility. I'm doing my job. I have to get an answer to the questions because I will be asked questions by the rest of the board members. So I said, okay, I'll take the machine. Then also he gives me the lodgement for cash in the water. And I am not going to tell you something else because it's part of investigations ongoing about how the money is counted and who counts it. I'm going to repeat that. Who counts the money? And when it is deposited. Now you in the community have to ask yourself this question. Do you know? And maybe you will say that, well, it's not my problem. But you know whose problem it is? Whose problem is it? It's our problem. Of course, I believe it should be. It should be also the community problem, but it is my problem. You know why? Because if assuming money has been embezzled, or there's some kind of fraud or deceit, or names are different, if there's money laundering going on, if the money ends up in someplace else, in terrorism, whose neck is on the line? It's me. I go to jail. So I'm not going to have that. That's not going to happen. I'm sorry, no. No matter how much you scream and shout and say I'm a bad person, I can't let that happen because I have a family. And I have a responsibility. And by the way, that responsibility is not a bad responsibility. It's a responsibility to Allah. Did you give the donation to a person? No. Did you give a donation to a family? Did you give the donation to a company? You gave the donation for the purposes of. So it is my responsibility as elected to make sure what? That money that is being collected goes where? In the right place. So what I'm telling you is that the money that was being collected, I can tell you this and I'm going to tell you, not a single euro that has ever been collected from Portlaoise has ever been given to the ICCI. I'm going to repeat this. So let's be clear. No, just one second. I am speaking. Everybody will have a right to speak. But if you ask me to open up, then please let me tell you everything because there's more.
Jamil, we would like to ask you to tell you something. We know that with just our people, the money doesn't go to you because they're using it for our.
No, I'm not talking about me. I'm saying something else. Just listen to me, and then you can disagree with me. You can tell me that I'm wrong and everything. And maybe there's an explanation. Maybe there is an explanation. Maybe there's a good explanation. What's possible, right? It's possible there's a good explanation. We have asked and not been answered. We have asked and we have not been answered. So let me say, please don't interrupt me because it's important. Now, the money that was going into that, when we looked at that machine, I said to Kudur, I said, who authorized you to do this machine? Because I didn't, he didn't. There is a other entity that is not the owner, that is not the license that's running this premises, that is collecting money. And when it is collected at Jummah, who pays for the Jummah? The ICCI pays for the Jummah. So technically it's our property, it's not our property but our premises, which means our license and regulation over us, we are responsible. Not anymore because I'm gracious by the way. Dr. Osam now has paid for the entire year for the place in the St. Mary's Church. So it has nothing to do with us anymore since I've come in. Nothing to do with us. That is separate, that is yours, very good. But up until that point, I said, where's the money collected? So how many years now? Since 2018? How many years since 2018? For 6 years, not a single amount has been put into the ICCI account. I want you to know, we didn't know about this. We did not authorize this. And nobody sent any email or letter to us saying, by the way, can we do this? Then, sir, you have to please let me finish. So nobody asked us. Finally, even if supposing somebody does this without authority, maybe it's a good cause, yes? Doesn't matter, it's illegal to do it on a premises without a license, our license. It has to be our authority. Next. Now, if supposing that has happened, should not there be accounts? The thing I said earlier about the ICCI center that we will open up, that we want to open up here, and I said there should be a separate account. I've already discussed this. Now, I'm not saying this for the first time, I didn't make this up. I said every week there will be a committee from the community that will have access to the bank account. You will give them the statements, and those statements will be circulated every week. That's how we do things. That's how we do things. That's how it should be. And by the way, that's not good enough. I'll tell you why it's not good enough. Because if we just show you the bank account, maybe between it going into the bank account, money is being taken. It's possible, right? Okay, it's possible. So what is the process? There are many auditors sitting here, I've met them, they will tell you the process. Each and every note, whether it's 10, 20, 30, 100, 50, whatever it is, has to be written down and 2-3 people have to sign it. Correct? And then that piece of paper should be on the WhatsApp group so that the community knows. And there should be receipts. You know that's a legal requirement to have a receipt. What is a receipt? A letter? No. Why? Because the numbers on that are sequential. There's a serial number. Is there not a serial number on receipts? There should be, right? Otherwise it's not a receipt. How many of you have receipts with serial numbers? How many of you have receipts with serial numbers? So now, I'm sitting there listening to this story. So it's up, can you please let me finish? I mean, you keep getting up, please. You have to let me finish now. Look, this is the deal. They wanted me to say everything, I will say everything. So please don't interrupt. So now I'm getting worried about what is going on. Because what is in my head, I'll tell you. Do you know when 9/11 took place? The allegation that was made on the bombers was that where did they come from? Why? Because the funding came from there. Was $150,000 or something, right? The last thing I want, please listen to me, the last thing I want is, in case, and I'm saying this has happened, I don't know, in case something ends up somewhere and it traces back to here, is the person Mr. X and Mr. Y going to be responsible? Who is going to be responsible? Have I given authority for this? Have I been given the money? Am I able to count the money? Am I able to put it in a bank account? Do I have a bank statement for it? And once that money has been collected, that's only half the issue. What's the next part? What do you do with the money? Where does the money go? How many of you, and because I don't know, maybe there will be evidences. How many of you know where the money has been spent? How can you as a community give money to anything without knowing where it's going? That's right. That's my point. Now, we don't do that because we actually, and let me explain something else to you now. The ICCI never asks for donations, really. You know why? Because we don't need donations. We're paying. This carpet was paid by us. This masjid went into the mortgage was paid off by us. The 160,000-70,000 is paid by us. We don't want money from this community. If you want to build a further one, yes, please contribute. But we are not asking you for money. So I would like to know, for last 6 years, the money that you have contributed, where has it gone? Well, just 1 second, let me finish. I said, let me finish. No. Now I will say everything. Please finish and listen to everything I have to tell you. Trusting is not enough, because if anybody trusted me, I'd go to jail. You know why? Because when the regulator tells you that you need to have accounting, they don't say trust. Would you think trust is enough when the investigators come? No? Is the trust enough for the investigators? If I say, please. No, I want to be able to ask, please let me speak. Now, this is another thing that has happened. Please let me speak. Do you know how many WhatsApp groups we wanted to open up? We tried to open up 3 WhatsApp groups, and people have stopped us, they blocked us. I can show it. Is it not true that when the WhatsApp group was created, I want to ask you this question, messages were sent by somebody saying, I don't know who these people are. Yes? I don't recognize these people. Who are they? They have nothing to do with the mosque. Yes? Yes? And now we are sitting next to each other, knowing each other from before. Walaikum assalam. So now my question, first you have to let me finish. So now, please let me finish. People don't mind time and somebody else will speak. Please, let me have to listen. Sorry, please, if I ask you, then other people. Let me finish.
Just one question. Have you put the fact-finding procedures in place? Is the ongoing going on at the moment?
So the problem we've had is, the first thing that we did, I'm very glad you said this. So can I finish my story about what happened on that day? So at that point, when I said, where is this thing? The moment I saw the name on the machine, where's this Sada? Now I don't know what happened, I've already paused, I don't know what it was. When I looked at it, I said, what is this? I said, what is this? At that point, I think whatever might have happened, I don't exactly remember, but she got upset. It's a fact. And she said, you are intimidating me. And she started recording. I confirmed that fact. She's right. She started recording. She said it herself right now. And I said, so the moment I saw that happen, I looked at my brothers, 2 brothers, board members. They were sitting across the table. We're not anywhere close to them. I said, it's time to leave. Please leave right now. Because I, as a lawyer, understand the moment somebody does that, what happens is you have to leave. Now, I don't want to blame anybody, because anyone's mind is going in whatever direction. I don't want to say anybody is a bad person. That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm just explaining to you what happened. Okay? So we left. As we were walking down, we were followed. As we were walking down, we were followed. Somebody came running after us. This is Sarah King. Yes. Yes. No. That's Masjid. We're going downstairs from the stairs. And she is videoing us, and I looked at Mr. Bassett. I said, Dr. Bassett, I think this video is taking place. And he said, really, where's the video? I said, look, that she's videoing. Because she had a phone like this and had the thing on, I can tell it's being videoed. And I said, that's being videoed. So she said, no, I'm not videoing. I said, okay, why don't you show me the gallery? And she said, don't touch my phone. Fair enough, she has a right. She has a right. I didn't touch it, but she has a right. I said, okay, no problem. We walk down. I'm telling you everything. So we go downstairs, we sit there, and we have the machine on the table. We have the card on the table. And with the card that he had, with the lodgement card, was the card of a person that is a Mr. and Mr. Z, another person. I am not naming. I cannot name them. I cannot name them, that's right. So I said, look at it was a visiting card with the name and everything on it. I'm like, oh my God. Yeah, exactly. So I said, if supposing an investigator or a prosecutor looked at it, the first thing he would see when he sees that is, he will link the names. That's evidence. Right? And I said, okay. I looked at, now this I will say because we had this conversation. I said, Sheikh Rahman, what is going on? He said, Wallah, I know nothing about this. I said, this cash, please let me finish. Can you please let me finish? Would you like me to speak?
People have to understand because you are asking me. Okay, so I was never in the bank account. I was not in charge of the bank account. I was not even, have never one time collected the Friday or counted it. The only thing I said I trust those brothers and I know that they are not robbers. As Brother Ahmed came and he said we are investigating where are the money going. Yes, so Sheikh Abdul and Islam are the ones who are collecting every day. And my suggestion was to Dr. Hussam, I said, Dr. Hussam, rather than Islam counting by himself, please make it 2 people so nobody comes in the future and say, okay, Islam is this or Qatar Islam. I suggested Dr. Hussam, is that right? I said, Dr. Hussam,
Okay, sir, if you don't mind, I was speaking, of course you can interject, but let me finish. Thank you very much. So my question to the community is that I said, what is going on? So the answer I got was, I know, Wallah, I don't know anything about this. I said, who's been collecting? I don't know. He didn't say it was Rahman. He didn't say anything. He said, I don't know anything about it. Now I'm sitting over there. Sorry, if you don't mind, please. And I'm sitting over there and I'm saying, where did the money go? What's going on? What is this? I'm getting upset. Now, for the first time, I am getting upset. Like actually upset in the middle. Up until that I was calm. I was inside upset, but I didn't show it. I got angry. I said, this is not the way that we can run something. We have to answer the community. Where is this money going? Now, nobody to date has given me a bank account. We asked. Until today, even today. I would like to ask this question of the community. I would like to say that you should get a full accounting of every single euro that you have donated. And it should be made available for the last 6 years to the community. If it was before that, it should also be before that.
I just say something here. All donations, 5, 10 euro, 15 euro, there wasn't big donations. There was for charity, for Afghanistan, for Pakistan, for Yemen.
How much do you think was collected in a day?
Not a lot.
Okay, well, I'm so happy to hear that. So I guess it doesn't matter.
That doesn't matter, no.
I guess the point, so it's up to you. I guess everybody's interrupting me. I guess it doesn't matter.
Did anybody pay more than 100 euro there?
No, let me finish. So everybody wanted to hear now. Let me please see. I'll take you to the rest of it. Okay, I'll stop talking.
Trust between us. We started this place and since 2007. And till when?
Until now we are preparing.
No, till what year did they choose? Yeah, there was no problem for how many years? And even with Maktoum, thank you very much for problems. There was no problem on this recently. We wish if you came 4 or 5 years ago and look at the finance, because we are small, we don't have this budgeting, we manage by ourselves. That's what happens.
Let me explain something. When the regulator asks for us to file audits,
yeah, for you, I agree.
please understand. I cannot tell them this. They will not be satisfied, and my head, this head, is in trouble. So what I did, sorry, you want to know what I did? I'll tell you what I did. So the first thing I said to them as this happened, I said, Ahmed, please listen. We have to stop cash collection. No more cash collection. If a donation is to be collected, it will be collected to the bank account. We have QR codes, you can send it money. Everybody has a bank account in Ireland. Even immigrants have a bank account in Ireland. Refugees have a bank account in Ireland. They can use a bank account. Why is cash being collected? Stop the cash collection. That's where the problem started. Because we didn't want the cash to be collected, but other people wanted money to be collected, probably. I don't know. So we said no more. And to this day, please, you need to understand this. 6 years of collection is on my head. 6 years of collection. You would be interested to know because where your money is gone. For me, it's a regulatory problem. Alright? So 6 years of that is still pending. So we stopped. We said no more in Jummah will that happen, no more anywhere else will that happen, and we stopped that collection altogether. So my question to you is this: where has your money gone? Now let me tell you one more thing. You remember human appeal? Human appeal? 30,000 euros was collected. Right? 30,000 euros was collected for human appeal.
So we are happy to give it. We are happy to give it. Just give it by hand. Give
Yes,
it
yes.
to our heart, charity. Wherever the source is going. What is the name for the people in the world?
Yes, but I don't think you need to, and I think no matter how much you say this, it will not change the fact that there are very intelligent people sitting here who understand that it doesn't matter, because what matters is must be done legally. Everybody understands that. Now, do you?
From now on.
No, why not? Why now on? Why now on?
The receipts on the board, everybody can have it.
Please speak. It's not. Let me finish. Please listen, let me finish. Now, human appeal, a collection was done. I want you to know this because I don't want any confusion. Who do you think authorized human appeal collection? Who authorized it? Somebody was authorized it. Who authorized it? No. We did not ask. No, we were not asked. There was no board authorization to do so whatsoever. Number one. No, this doesn't matter. It matters. I'll explain why it matters. Because if it is being connected based on by anybody who is engaged by, has a position inside ICCI, the collection of money can only be done by a licensed entity, right? Yep. And if the collection is done by those people who have the license, they are the ones who should put it in the account. So now when the money was collected, it did not go to the ICCI. I have a good question, I don't know, because it didn't come to the ICCI account? It did not. Now, I have seen myself with my own eyes, and you've seen also, there's a piece of paper that was stuck on the board, human appeal, and it was saying that some people, I don't even know who these people are, have said that 30,000 was collected, yes? I promise you, I want to know where that 30,000 actually went. Because apparently it's sent to Gaza, but I have no proof. Well, yes, the human appeal goes. So are we going to feed human appeal, or is the human appeal for a purpose? It has to go somewhere, right? It has to go for a purpose, right? No. So now, let me tell you this. So effectively, the thing that we discovered, and I only recently discovered, is this gentleman sitting over there. He is a director of human appeal. I would like him to speak. Please give him the mic. No, this one. Please explain where the money and who. Tell us who the directors are. Tell us who the directors of human appeal are. Please. So keep it short if you can. Keep it short.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is I am the director of human appeal. Yes, 30,000 was collected through this mosque. What I know of was collected, and I would ask Ahmed to correct me. What I am aware of, that it was collected over a certain period of weeks.
Yes,
okay. And after Ramadan?
No, after Ramadan. After Ramadan, we gave them the money.
Okay. It wasn't given straight after Ramadan. It came after.
Yes, because we had some people, yes.
Yeah, that's okay. I just want to make sure that
what I say is every time a brother was donating, it was, and Dr. Tariq was in the first line all the time. Brothers, we have 500 here, we have this amount here, and every night it was announced. Are you still the director of human?
Yes, I am.
You're still the director. Because I know him as a face, but I don't know him.
No, it's okay. I am a director.
That's fine.
Okay. Anyhow, the money came to human appeal. How it was done would be different. When we collect money, the money has to go. Please, no guys, listen up. The money, when it's given from the donors to any one charity, should be given to the charity, and the charity must lodge the money. Which means that if it's collected in here, it must have been lodged in the ICCI account and then from the ICCI account to Human Appeal. But it was actually handed in a cash manner from him to the office of the ICCI to his father, and his father then called our manager.
Why was it handed to his father?
Now,
Because he's a member of the Human Appeal.
Please explain. What happened is,
Can the secretary come from the
No. Sorry?
Can the director go make collections?
No.
We should allow us not here, so please, Sheikh Halawa is not here. So anything related to Sheikh Halawa as
He said he can, so please don't.
But I didn't collect it. It wasn't collected by us. It was collected in here. Now.
By the name of Human Appeal, you are our guest.
Yes, in the name of Human Appeal.
You are our guest, you are from Human Appeal.
Yes.
As far as Sheikh Hussein Halawa is the director at that time,
That's correct.
money, there is no problem with that.
No, there is a problem.
No.
This is not the way you do things.
Okay,
Look, I'm talking to you on a legal matter. Legally, how we collect, how you want to collect, that's your problem. But legally, you are supposed to collect money, put it in your account, as in here, and then transfer it to Human Appeal, which means it shows that you directors, not one, you directors have collected, counted the money together, and put it in an account of yours, and from yours will be transferred, which means that we show the legal way of collecting and getting
The money from here brings
All right.
you anyway. It was your
So now, the problem we've had.
Sorry, 1 minute I have to interrupt because it's
Yes,
short
please.
time. Sorry, my apologies. First thing, like we had this office since 2007 for Rahman House, and brother Dr. Sahar is here. She created a table and a chair. And when Imam, mashallah, came, we were using it as office, right? And that office, Tariq and Naeem and all our witnesses, brothers, we used it because of our meeting with the guards and asking people to come and give a donation. Since 2007, we have Rahman Foundation charitable account or something we were able to make. Because the whole project, everything collected was through Rahman Foundation project. And when Dr. Noor was in negotiation with us, and he did say that you continue doing what you do because we don't want to involve money, and that's fair enough. And support with the Bahad saying we should not be having cash. So this Rahman Foundation money was collected Fridays. Here on the doorstep, someone giving €5. We have a registered accountant with the Bahad. We are able to give you all the records. We have.
Could you please share it with the community?
Yeah, we will, inshallah.
Let's see.
I'm in the masjid, I'm praying in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we have this charitable account, and actually you'll be surprised, brother, when you see the balance sheet. Because we used to collect like some brother give €5, €10, and we will show inshallah. We will share. So then I realize what you're saying is absolutely spot on. Because I am the one actually who sometimes get a heat, but I become very strict on all these things. I said, look, cash is not the right thing. Let's apply for a bank scanner. Right? People who are in the business, they know that, because I said, if you give €5, that should go straight to the scanner and go to the bank, because counting money through Brother Islam and Brother Kadur, I mean, they were very good counting, but I was not happy. So we got the scanner. So we have actually scanner only last 3 or 4 months actually. You can go by the history. And scanner is actually only issued on name, because even if you have organization, there's a lot of paperwork you have to do to get a scanner card, because they need to be convinced that where this money is going, who is going to take, what account you have it, content through. So eventually they gave us a scanner. Any money you collect, say Mary Saul, I said to guys, it's dodgy to get cash, so get it scanner. So we have the scanner, and it was here on the chart that Islam, he knows, where the scanner is. And this is a charitable account, and this money actually, I'm talking in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Dr. Noor, who was one of the directors, signatory here, will share this information with you. And also, they said to us, look, whatever you're doing with the charity, because brother even mentioned that this place actually, the planning permission is on Rahman Foundation's name, and it was given on Rahman Foundation. We had to fight this case in board of Plana, brother Zahad. This is the biggest board in this country because there was objection, but we won the case. You all know that, and we were lucky we got the plan. The property actually here is on the name of Rahman Foundation Planning Commission, because council has given this permission that this will be on this charitable status. You have to have a charitable account, you have to have an accountant. We have accountant in Tullamore John. Anyone can go and see all the records. So that's why when brother Imam Ahmad expressed his concern that he needs a bigger office or whatever, so we actually kept that office it is. It's only used for the board purposes and meeting purposes.
But it should be open to the community, right?
You are absolutely right. It has been used for community, and it will be, and I'm glad what you said. We support you, Zahar. I mean, like, we are actually very open-hearted. We have nothing to hide. And we have the accountant, we have the, all the balance sheet every 2 years, we pay them the money, and it's open for anyone who wants to see it, because, to be honest, I would love you guys to see what's in there. You know, what's in it, you need to know that, because we don't want any confusion, and it's under the name of Rahman Foundation, which is a registered charity in this country, and John is a Tullamore accountant, and he actually, we pay him every
So I was speaking, and there's other things I'd like to share. You will answer the question. If you don't mind, can I get them more?
Okay,
my problem is something else.
Yes, please.
The problem is, okay, let me finish.
You said CEO give you the permission to collect the money.
No, the CEO who was previous CEO to brother Ahmad, when we signed this mutual contract, he said, look brother, we don't want to involve in any kind of money matter, which he was right. And we had no, but I totally agree with brother.
I think you should answer his question. Answer his question.
I say you said CEO, when you was making the contract,
yes.
CEO was giving you the permission,
yes.
For you get collected money.
He said continue the way you do it.
Can we show it? Let's see if you like it, right? It's in the contract, let's see.
And then
I challenge, let's see. You have the documents. Exactly.
Why are you raising the issue?
No, he's not being allowed. I'm telling you, no, it's not being allowed. I'm saying he's wrong. Let him show it. Let him show it. Let's see it. Okay. Now let me tell you the issue. The problem is that we have not allowed anybody to collect the money. So it is being collected. Yes, of course. Exactly. Nothing in writing. That's what I'm saying. There's no proof of this, and I'm telling you it's not true. Now, let's move forward.
Can
I finish my point? Did you ask me to tell you everything?
Please.
Am I being silenced? Because they don't want me to speak, so I'll keep quiet.
You are accusing the people, they have to defend themselves, instead of accusing the
Okay,
people.
well, let me finish first.
What you have to say, there, it's not wrong, they are not wrong, there's
I have not taken anybody's
misunderstanding,
name.
it wasn't clear.
Sister, I have not taken anybody's name.
Are you accusing them of
Sister, we need to listen.
I have not accused them of anything. I'm saying this is what we saw. I am placing facts in front of you. These facts are not contested. And one of the... Now, the problem is this. Now, the problem is this. The problem is this. Should, when the money is collected in this mosque, which account should it go into?
ICCI.
Who is the owner?
Yes, right? Now I'm telling you, they have not disputed this fact. They're not saying I'm wrong, that the money didn't go into that account. Now, does that create a legal problem?
Yes.
Does that create an investigation problem?
Yes.
Does that create a problem for me?
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. Just 1 second. Now, please let me come up. Let me finish. Next. So now, what do we want? Let's talk about what we want to do. Can I accept? Because we couldn't answer that question because everyone wanted to discover problems. Can I tell you what we want to do?
Please.
Okay. So the first thing I said was, and do you know that Dublin has security? Dublin Mosque has security. Every mosque should have a key. Of course. Now, who should have the key? And who has the key in Dublin? What do you think? Security has the key. Everybody, yes. And should the CEO have the master key of everything? Yes. So when the keys have been changed, gentlemen and ladies, it was done because it is the legal right thing to do. So please let me explain. Don't stop me. We're losing time. This is Isha prayers. This is the mosque. Please let me finish. I want to tell you everything. You have heard so much. You need to hear my side. This is the premises that is owned by the owner. If tomorrow something happens here because keys are with 3-4 different people, and there's a theft here or something else happens, who's going to be responsible? Yes, exactly. Now do you understand where I'm coming from? It is our responsibility, it is our liability, and what we need to do is basically make sure that things there is proper governance. Now the chairman of our board, he always talks about one thing, governance. And I can tell you one thing for sure, that there has not been any governance in a structured manner here. We're trying to implement it. Is it good for the community for there to be governance? Yes. Is it good for the community that there should be a timetable of who's going to do iftar on every as volunteers? Should there not be a committee for the volunteers here to decide what happens here? Why should it be a VIP group? Should a VIP group decide this? Or should the entire community decide this? So my point is this, we are not going to decide this, we have the owners. One of the things we've already explained is that we want to create, and I've said this before, it's not new, is we want to create a community committee. Yes? Oh, that is up to you. The community decides. Community, we are not going to interfere at all. We want a community committee to be responsible as volunteers who come and advise us. Because you know what? I am not here every day. He is not here every day. I don't know what the needs of the ladies are. What I saw, I changed. But I cannot be here 24/7. You are here. Just can we slow down and absolutely, right? So what we want to do, and we haven't worked it out. The reason I'm here today, and the reason why I said to you, Ali and others, that I want to talk about the future, is because I want to talk about solutions and what needs to be done here. I want your approval to open up those rooms upstairs. I need your approval.
Yes,
Sheikh Halawa, should your room be made available to the community? I'll give them your room. The rooms that are there, all the rooms should be open.
There is a lot of paper which is related to...
We'll help you take it out.
Yeah, I don't mind if you want to open any...
Okay, great. Now, thank you.
This was not giving me the chance.
So this was it.
So, any imam in any masjid meets the community. If somebody have an issue, family matters, like today, Dr. Tariq, even the brother was saying, okay, you're on a sick leave, you're not supposed to. Dr. Tariq told me this morning about our respected brother Hussein to come for his janazah. I never, ever said to somebody, okay, sorry, I'm on a sick leave, I'm not going to help. Okay? So any imam in any masjid, even if the masjid is one room, he should have his privacy to meet the community. Otherwise, maybe he will discuss the matters inside.
So what we're going to do, I'll answer this question. The way we're going to do it is there's only one room. And that will be the small room. And that will be the shared room. Have you seen Imam Qudur's office? No. Have you seen it? No. It's open. Sheikh Qudur's office. And so can I please let me finish. I'm making solutions here. So that office will be shared by all the members. Nobody is going to, I want you to see. Most welcome. I will open the door. I would like you to see the office. I would like people to see the office if they're interested. Now, I would like you to say do the following. If you think that it should be opened up and only one room should be there, I think that's not the case. The bathroom is locked.
Everybody knows that. Everybody, I'm sure everybody knows it. Everybody.
I've spoken to people that said, a lot of people told me they have no idea. I was asked what treasure exists. So look, focus. Would you like that bathroom opened up, yes or no? You want that bathroom opened up?
Yeah.
People are going to stop me from speaking. I don't want people to stop me from speaking. Do you want that bathroom opened up for the use of the community? Khalas, done. Do you want the room opened up for the use of the community? Khalas, done. Do you want the room downstairs to be open for the ladies for the community? Khalas, done. Do you want the bathroom downstairs to be open for the community? Khalas, done. Now, I'm not going to take any other arguments because there's enough. We are responsible for this premises, and at some point we have to take decisions.
I need to take my stuff from the office. You guys have changed the keys without notifying me.
Okay, so I'll let you speak. Let me speak and I'll come back to it. Yes. No, of course you can take your things. There's no problem. Of course. I've seen you do that. Naturally. That's not an issue. Now, nobody's going to steal your things, don't worry. No one's going to steal anything inside. No, I'm just saying. Don't worry. Now, so those are the changes we want to make. The next thing I would like to propose, and let's see what people say. The next election that we do, and it has to be done directly. And it should go to the special account of Portlaoise ICCI. I have a proposal for you because of what has been bothering me. I believe the first thing we should spend money on is bathrooms.
Yes.
Does that make sense? First of all, before we do the center, before we do anything else, I want that proper bathrooms should be constructed. So that's what we want to implement, because I saw this anyway, I won't talk more about it. That's number one. The next thing we want to do is that in order to ask me how will we elect the committee, I have a proposal. We will not elect the committee that is going to be permanent immediately. We have tried. Where's you're in trouble, huh? Okay. We are going to ask you. We're going to
you need to clarify. We need to clarify what you told me and what I said to you.
No, absolutely. I said
put me in the
I'm about to do that. I said to Mr. Owaise, I said, you live here nearby, you are here constantly. Would you please create a committee for Ramadan? He said no. I said, I need my antibiotics or somebody to get my antibiotics. I'm dying.
Guys, this is the truth.
Okay.
Don't think I said
okay.
I said no.
Okay.
Please,
okay. Let me. I will come back to the committee in a second. Because Dr. Kabir has a flight, I wanted to speak. Yes,
I think, guys, this meeting actually is very crucial meeting. Really, everything is clear from their point and from their real worries and our worries. I think the best thing from now, take it forward, to have a meeting, inshallah, tomorrow, and that and to see and to make a good plan. There are a lot of mistakes done connecting the charity because people, they don't know the procedure in fairness. What they have to correct is whatever done wrong, they have to correct it. And from now forward, we have to work together and we have to be one unity. And how will we? This doesn't belong to me, it doesn't belong to it's for our, we'll forget everything, we can page, right? We have a new page with good plans, with good suggestions, and go forward, guys. We'll forget about things. For coming over, we appreciate everything. Our please, thank you so much for your support, and thank you very much so much for your support, and we'll see you tomorrow inshallah, and we go forward. Thank you.
Please can you give him a round of applause? That was a wonderful thing. Don't be late. Okay, we're not done, we're not finished. 1 second. Committee. Owaise, Mr. Owaise, I promise. Allah, I promise. I will come to you. Now what Owaise said was, no committee. He said, call it a group. Call it a group, because if you call it a committee, there will be a fight. Yes? He's a smart man.
So this was the right thing to do, right?
Okay, so now, I have the proposal, I want you to tell me. Do you agree that there should be a volunteer group for Ramadan here, yes or no?
Yes.
Do you agree that there should be a list of people here who volunteer for iftar every single day, and we, the ICCI, will do for every week one iftar also? Do you agree? Okay? This committee, that is the Ramadan committee, is going to try and work as a constructive committee. It is not going to be a committee that is one group, this group, that group, or that group. Everybody, open. It's a volunteer committee, right? The group. Exactly. Absolutely. So we will have that. Then, after Ramadan, we would like to create a group of people who we have already, this is something we discussed. Every 6 weeks,
every 6 weeks, we in the board are going to have a Zoom call and Ahmed will be physically present to meet the group to ask what else needs to be approved. So we are trying our best to implement governance. We want your money to be transparently spent and collected, and distributed. And we want to make sure we have no legal problems. No legal problems, please. Because the last thing that I want to see is somebody coming and sealing this mosque and saying, sorry, we have to close it. I cannot have that. Does that make sense? Yeah. We have to protect the community because the most important function of this house, which is a mosque, it's Allah's house, is that there should be salah. Yes? That is the number one purpose of this place. And I do not want anybody or anything to get in this way. I will not let that happen. No matter if you fight me. I want to tell you something on a personal basis, and he has a question to ask. You have a question, you have to come here. I am not a very pure person. I don't pray 5 times a day. I am what I've called in the Pakistani community, you will understand what I say, gunagar insan. Okay? And I was surprised because I said, when we opened the community, everybody remembers the WhatsApp group? Do you understand how much intimidation we faced? You've seen it, right? And I flew in from Dubai here, and I said one thing, and I promise you, nobody was with me. Nobody from the community. And I said, there will be namaz Jummah in the mosque. And I will tell you this, only 3 people or 4 people were supposed to come. Why? The Imam, who we invited from London, he's coming again on Wednesday. He speaks English, he speaks Arabic, he's wonderful. He's a PhD, he's done doctorate, he's done fantastic things. He will also join me. My antibiotics was there. And I promise you this, I was discussing this. So nobody knew that there would be Jummah prayer. Did you know there would be Jummah prayer? No. Did anybody know? We walked from upstairs, we came down, we were speaking to the Imam, we were asking his future plans. We told him that he has to work with Sheikh Ahmed. We introduced him to Sheikh Urdu. And we said we have to make a situation where everybody works together. Because in Ramadan it's Tarawih and we're discussing these things. And we came downstairs, there were more than 20 people sitting. I could not believe it was a miracle. I said, how did these people know there is Jummah? You know what they said? Somebody said, I don't know, I felt like coming today. Something in me. Allah said, let's go. Another person said that I was driving past, I saw a car, so I said, I'm going. Another person with his family stopped and said, I said, how did you come? He said, I don't know, it was because of Allah. I said, how? He said, I went to the mosque, to the other prayer square. I went there, I could not make it because of the traffic or the parking or the problems. So I was going to go home. And he was on his way back home. And he said, as I was coming back to store cars, he said, well, there's going to be Friday prayers. And he came. We did not invite him. God prayed for him. Inshallah next Friday. Our planning is to have inshallah 2 Jummah prayers. One will be in Arabic. One will be in English and Arabic. And I have a proposal. And I'm sorry to my other brothers, but I have a special proposal. I'm a Pakistani, I have to say something. Can I please say, if you allow me? I want that once a month, inshallah, of those 2 Jummah prayers, those 2 prayers, one should be in Urdu and Arabic. Is it like that? Because my children should hear, your children should hear in Urdu. So that is my proposal, but that is up to you. You have to decide. So that group for the Ramadan will have to be paid by you. Now, just one second. We heard, I'll tell you what. I will only give one chance to one person to speak now, that is you, sir. You've been waiting very patiently. Then we will close this and we have to have Isha.
Yeah, we say first of all, we're very grateful for giving this opportunity and clarifying issues there. So, say having realized the wavelength in that sense, way you communicated and realizing issues regarding the direct and whatever government has taken place. Would you offer an apology to the group?
That's a very good question. I wish that I knew you better. I wish that I understood all the things better than I did before. But I am a human being. Human beings make mistakes. I don't know, maybe the communication of it could be better, I know. So if anybody's been hurt by me, please, I'm so sorry.
Reassurance, things like what change the good, there's going to be improved communication. We're talking about question in terms of thinking and reasoning for reality.
Did you hear the question? No. The question is, do you commit? I think the word was assure. Would you assure the community from now on the communication will be done in a way that will be acceptable to the community, that you'll understand proper communication, and you said, and not to rush into things. Can I answer one thing for this clarity? I want to ask you a question. The moment I saw that money situation, and the moment I saw cash was being taken, and the machine was there, do you think that I should have waited?
No.
Yes. Yes, because you are a professional.
So let me explain to you. No, let me explain. I'm a professional. I'm a lawyer. Okay, so lawyers will tell you the same. Any lawyer, please ask us for this. The moment you see money that cannot be traced, you have to immediately stop. Immediately stop. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about that. Hold on. That's a different issue.
You have overacted and you have...
We're talking about the money. Okay? So I give assurance that only those things will be done immediately. Now I have a question for you, just so that everybody understands. Have we taken any action against an employee? Have we taken any action? Do you know? Because I think we take this. And I want to clarify. Have we taken any action against an employee for suspension or for firing or anything else? And I want to tell you, if anyone is telling this, it's not true. No. To this day. Okay? That's because we have a legal responsibility. Clarify? Okay, so let me clarify, and I want to give now. Listen, my dear CEO, who I'm going to leave here, he is going to be with you for everything from now on, every day. Okay, this is Brother Ahmed. I need to give Brother Ahmed an opportunity because he's very angry with me. He says I need to give him an opportunity to clear his name. Can I give him an opportunity? Will you hear him out? Yes. Okay, and to answer Obais's question is, if in any company an employee is on sick leave, if he comes to the office to do any work, what? No, I want to explain. Leading the prayers, it makes us live. It's not allowed because it's part of your contract, you cannot do it. It will make us liable. Something happens, supposing there's a heart attack, supposing there's a diabetes thing, we will be responsible. The question will be asked is, he was on sick leave, why is he? That's why, correct? We cannot allow that. So he said this for his benefit. Now, I want to know, can I make a request? 9:20. We can pray Isha. Just one request. Before you do that, I would like to give an opportunity, and I have tried my best, brothers and ladies and sisters. I've tried my best. I want to stop now, given the last day, and then can we end this and look to the future? Inshallah? Last day.
Really quick, inshallah. So, thank you everybody for your contributions and whatever you've been saying. There's a lot to say to rectify lots of misconceptions and incorrect information being circulated in Russia. And because I was personally accused of having mistreated somebody, which is not the case, I'll have to clarify that very clearly. أخونا الفاضل Sheikh Ahmed was on a sick leave
for medical reasons. There is no grievances, there is no accusation against the employer. He's on sick leave for medical reasons. What I have done, since he's applied for medical reasons, is I have offered him occupation as a referral to occupational therapist that we pay. He has refused so far. He has not confirmed. He has not filled the consent form for him to be referred to occupation, to help him recover and come back to work quicker, rather than waiting beyond Ramadan. One moment, you're done. Very good. While on sick leave, he came back from Egypt. Welcome back. He came on.
Can we agree that he's not a bad man?
No.
Yes,
No.
There are some issues. There are some issues. Excuse me, brother.
This gentleman, Ashar, please stand up.
I was there, he was there.
Wait, okay. 5 people at least. For 1 entire hour.
We're not going to talk.
Did I disrespect
I think this is for it.
Did I disrespect anybody? Did I?
We just there's no justice based on it's very clear we have Sheikh Ahmad and just one question. Allah